You're watching Valley Sports, the home of the Rays, Magic, and Lightning.
Tampa Bay let a ninth-inning lead slip away last night as Los Angeles tied the season series at 3 apiece. Coming up on Rays Live, we examine Ryan Pepiot's arsenal. We'll break down the best player in baseball still, and that's Mike Trout. And we'll find out how Ahmed Rosario continues to carry the offense in Tampa Bay. We set the table for the series finale between the Rays and the Angels on Valley Sports next. Thursday baseball from Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. The Rays look for a series split against the Angels, a pair of one-run games and back-and-forth contests the last 2 nights. The series finale in store today. Ryan Pepiot on the bump for the good guys. Opposite the Angels, Griffin Canning. It's Tampa Bay and Los Angeles one more time on the way for you. And with that, we welcome you back inside Tropicana Field, another rousing rendition of Rays Live, the pregame. Alongside Doug Wechter, I'm Rich Hollenberg. We have a jam-packed show for you, as usual, as this short homestand concludes with this game against the Angels. And, Doug, it's anybody's guess as to what we're going to expect today, but what do you think we should expect?
I think we're going to expect a bounce-back performance from the Tampa Bay Rays going out there. You know, it's been a close game. It was a very close game last night, last couple nights. And so I think the Rays are going to be resilient. They're going to come back. We've said they're resilient a bunch of times. I think this is where we see that resiliency coming back and evening up this series before they have to head out to New York.
As we touched on briefly, the last 2 games, both nail-biters, both coming down to last licks for both teams.
It was just nail biters is exactly what you could say, Richie. I mean, they go down there, and 2 nights ago, you got to go 13 innings, and here we go, walk-off fashion. It all started with Richie Palacios going out there, hitting that double with 2 outs. Again, always down to 2 outs. These guys have to wait until 2 outs, Richie. Our blood pressure, we can't handle it half the time. But Ahmed Rosario, he's the hero of the night, goes out there with the infield hit. And there it is. Walk-off fashion. Rays win 7-6 in 13 innings and 3.5 hours. Not so lucky last night. Different story last night. He goes out there. We had the lead going into the 9th inning. Unfortunately, we're not able to lock it down. Anthony Rendon with the base hit right there ties the game up at 4s, and then Taylor Ward on the first pitch goes to the right side, plates 1 more run, and that run becomes the difference in the game last night. Rays not able to score in the bottom of the 9th, and they end up losing that one.
If you like excitement, you can't argue with the results one way or the other. It's the highs and lows of baseball during the course of a 162-game season. Interesting to note, though, Rays fans, the Rays lost their first game last night in a game decided by 2 runs or less. They are now 6-1 in that category. That will bode well for them down the road. The one thing you noticed, you talk about the Rays bullpen, and it has been problematic.
Yeah, it's been a struggle. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You look on paper, and the numbers just don't reflect what they've been through over the last few years. Last few years, they have been one of the biggest strengths of the team, and right now, it's been a very slow start. You look at the ERA, pretty concerning there. Saves versus opportunities, only 5 out of 9. That is not a good ratio at all. And the walks. The walk totals have been a little bit higher than we're used to seeing, and by not pounding the strike zone, they've gotten way too much traffic on the bases, and that's really where the issues have become, you know, problematic for the Tampa Bay Rays. But again, I mean, look, this is a team going into the season. They thought the strength of this team was going to be the Rays bullpen. It has been over the last few years. Hopefully they can get back to the old-fashioned.
As usual, Rays manager Kevin Cash keeps it in perspective.
This group is too good, too talented to stay, you know, at this inconsistent pace that we're at. I mean, I really believe in this group, and for good reason. They've got a track record of being really successful. It's not happening right now.
And sticking with the bullpen theme and another disturbing theme that's gone on throughout Major League Baseball, a rash of arm injuries to pitchers. And the latest one is a player that Rays fans are familiar with, Robert Stevenson.
Yep, old Bob Stevenson. We knew him very well last year. Went out there and absolutely dominated for the Tampa Bay Rays. Over this year, signed that big contract with the Angels. Unfortunate news, out for the season, 2024 with the right elbow. And when I say he was dominant last year, and this was a big sign for the Angels, that is a very big understatement. This was one of their bigger gets in the offseason. So very unfortunate news for the Angels, and we do wish Bob well.
We certainly do. 29% swing and miss rate last year. That's why the Angels paid him $33 million.
Yep.
That rate was more than double the league average for pitchers. Bob Stevenson, as Doug said, we wish you well.
Yes, we do.
Here's what's coming up on Rays Live, the pregame. Pepiot is on the mound, the Rays right-hander, in search of a bounce-back performance, although more good than not so far this season in his first year with the team. Yandy showing signs, the table setter for Tampa Bay with a multi-hit effort last night, just what the doctor ordered for the all-star first baseman. And coming up next on Rays Live, the pregame, swing breakdowns, plural. Two of the spotlight sluggers in this series, Mike Trout and Ahmed Rosario. Doug digs in next.
This year, get your spring delivered. The Home Depot has free delivery on over 2 million items and fast same-day delivery from our store to your door. Get spring delivered your way, only at the Home Depot.
I know, you can't take your eyes off the Sonic Garlic Butter Bacon Cheeseburger. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere. Here's why. Garlic butter, cheese, garlic butter, bacon, garlic butter. Need we say more? Sonic Garlic Butter Bacon Cheeseburger.
Okay, so you need to pick up the dog from the groomer, get the laundry. You finished the book for book club, right?
Book club. Of course I did. Yep. See you there, honey.
It was the best of times.
It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. But the good physician of the Republic would deserve better still. Save him now, my doctor. Save him.
When you have 537 pages to go, there's a wrap for that. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
If you always wanted a sleeper sofa, shop Rooms to Go now through Monday. Start with a great-looking sofa at a great price. Then add a sleeper to the sofa for an extra $199. There are dozens of fabulous styles, colors, and fabrics to choose from. Buy your favorite sofa, then upgrade it. Add the versatility and function of a comfortable sleeper for an extra $199. $199. Just hurry. The Rooms to Go sleep sale ends Monday.
The journey may be steep and treacherous, but if you're going to reach the top, you keep climbing. For 5 straight years, this club has pushed beyond 162, doing things the game has never seen. But we're determined to go even further. The team we've grown into is built for what's next. A brand new season and a future of excitement. It's time to raise up.
Rays Live, the pregame show on Bally Sports is presented by City Furniture. Trends you want, prices you'll love. And by Bayfront Health, the official healthcare partner of your Tampa Bay Rays. Gorgeous day outside on a Thursday, and it's perfect conditions inside Tropicana Field as usual. It'll be even better, Doug, if the Rays score in the third. Here's why. Culver's is bringing curds in the third to Tropicana Field. The deal is, Rays fans, if the Rays score in the third inning, you score free Wisconsin cheese curds from Culver's with any purchase.
What if we score 7 runs in the third?
Oh my God!
Curds and pizza half
Mind's blown for the Wechter family. Rich and Doug over on the side set as Rays Live, the pregame rolls on. So now we get to talk about 2 of the hottest hitters in this series, who also happen to be 2 of the hottest hitters in all of Major League Baseball. Let's start with the Angels and Mr. All-World, Mike Trout.
Yeah, how do you not talk about Mike Trout? I mean, he's one of the best hitters in the league, if not the best hitter in the league. He's healthy. And when he's healthy, he's putting up numbers like this. Look at what he's done just against the Tampa Bay Rays. Richie, just shy of 400. 4 home runs, 7 RBI. Now has 8 home runs on the season. That's tied for first in the American League. He is a home run hitting machine. Just goes out there, and again, I mean, the numbers that he has over his career are just insane. 995 career OPS. On the other side, you were talking about a hot hitter. How about Ahmed Rosario going in there on a 9-game hitting streak, hitting 400 over the course of that time. 2 bombs, does have some of that power, 8 RBI. Now, these two guys are doing it in very different fashions, okay? The swing planes are totally different. Ahmed Rosario, to me, is more of a throwback style hitter to where he's trying to go gap to gap. He's trying to create backspin and hard contact through a level swing. Mike Trout, on the other hand, is trying to lift the ball out of the park. Both guys red hot right now.
So let's take a look at our Papa John's key ingredients, because I think, Doug, these numbers bear out exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. So let's start with Mike Trout. Go to the fly ball rate. That is an incredible fly ball rate, almost double Major League average. All he is trying to do is get the ball in the air and power it out of the park. 25-degree launch angle on average, which is insane. 12.12 or 12.2 degrees is your Major League average. Then on the other side, Ahmed Rosario, 17% fly ball rate, very low. He's trying to hit line drives, keep it down, right? 4.7-degree launch angle. He's hovering around that. Again, very level swing plane. Now, both these guys are doing extremely well. Let's break them both down separately. We're going to start with Mike Trout. So a couple keys to Mike Trout's swing. First, it's the swing plane. Second, it's the power he creates through the legs. We'll start with the swing plane, and it all starts with the hands, the upper body. He starts with the hands very high, but one key for him is when the foot comes down, the hands drop to about shoulder length. When they drop to shoulder length, this is more conducive for him to get underneath the ball. He goes to the ball and scoops the ball with the barrel below the hands. By doing that, he gets underneath the ball, creates lift, and then finishes very high. As he finishes high, he's moving the ball into the air out of the park. Check it out. Right here, look at those hands. Okay, you see the hands very high. And now watch where they drop to. When the foot comes down, they're going to drop to about shoulder level. Right there. Okay, foot down, shoulder level. Now watch how the bat transitions through the swing plane. The bat almost drops straight down. Look how low the barrel of the bat is compared to the hands. You see that, the hands on top by the belt, bat almost straight down, scooping the ball out of the park. And now watch the finish. The finish to this is going to be straight up. You see how he gets very vertical on that finish. The hands straight up in the air, the barrel straight up in the air. It's incredible that he's able to repeat this and hit the ball so hard. Now the power comes in, that's the lift. Here comes the power. The power comes in from the lower half. The lower half mechanics are perfectly timed up because of the hips. Now watch, the foot's going to go down. As the foot goes down, the hips are still in play. They are not rotated. You start rotating off early, you lose your pop. They haven't rotated yet. Now the hips come through. As the hips come through, that's when the contact is made, Richie. Once the contact is made, the ball gets launched out of the park. He's done it 8 times already this year. That right there is very conducive for a home run swing.
Yeah, he's built like a linebacker or a running back, and yet his swing is like a golf swing. He's like John Daly, ripping and ripping out there. So that's Mike Trout. On the other side, we have Ahmed Rosario, who over his last 10 games is hitting 400, and that's elevated him to 7th in the American League in batting average.
I love Rosario's approach at the plate. It's so much different than Mike Trout. It's almost a polar opposite of Mike Trout. It's old school. To me, he's looking for line drives. He's an old school approach to where all I want is a level swing. You see it right here. Watch this swing path straight through. He drops the hand slightly, but now watch the swing path. Compared to Mike Trout, where's that barrel? That barrel is almost at his belt. His hands and the barrel are very similar plane right there, and he's creating a flat plane to drive the ball out. Now, the high finish is not there. It's a lower finish, and because of that lower finish, he's trying to just create backspin. That's where his damage comes in, by hitting the ball square, creating backspin. He's done it so well throughout the course of this year. Now, here's one that's a little bit faster. You see the swing path. Look at that swing path, just straight through the zone. By keeping a level swing, one of the best things that you have going for you is that the barrel is in the strike zone for a lot longer of amount of time. By being in the strike zone a lot longer, you have a better chance to barrel that ball up. Going out there, he has now a 48% hard hit rate on the season. Now, it's early in the season, but that tells you right there he's been barreling a ton of balls. That means every other ball that's in play off of his bat is around 95 miles an hour. He is doing such a good job of keeping that level swing plane and looking for pitches to drive. That's why he's been so impactful for the Tampa Bay Rays.
9-game hit streak for Ahmed Rosario. Both of those dudes driving in runs in bunches, but not quite as good as the next one we're going to be talking about. Taylor Ward, run producer. He's been on a tear lately. The top RBI man in the American League on display today inside Tropicana Field.
It doesn't get easier than this. Buy more, save more. This week only at Cane's. Save $100 when you spend over $1,000. $200 when you spend over $2,000. And $500 when you spend over $3,000. Zip, zilch, zero interest until April 2027. Buy more, save more. Up to $500 more. That's easy money. Hurry in now through Monday. Only at Cane's Furniture.
Get more for less. Running can be such an individual sport. I thought, why not share this experience? I train with this chair every day. I've pushed rider athletes in over 70 marathons. Seeing their excitement, they're the ones that push me. My marathon is for Special Olympics and helping athletes like Yusuf realize their dream of crossing the finish line.
These are the different pitch grips that I have during the game. This is how I grip my four-seam fastball. Here's my sinker grip. And this is my game grip.
Stream the game the way Zach Eflin does with the Bally Sports app.
Running a small business means doing it all, from stocking to selling to sampling. All-in-one small business owners need all-in-one connectivity to make it all work. And Spectrum Business is made to work for small businesses. Introducing Spectrum One for Business. One advanced solution with all the connectivity your small business needs for the lowest price. Reliable internet, advanced Wi-Fi with Security Shield, and a free mobile line. All for only $49.99 per month. Spectrum Business, made to work.
My parents had the kind of love story you read about and see in movies, falling in love just before he had to go off and travel the world when he joined the service. That's why it was so important to find someone to look after him with as much care and kindness as Mom. Our dedicated team provides compassionate hospice and palliative care, ensuring your loved one's comfort and dignity. When your veteran needs care, compassion, and support, trust St. Francis Reflections.
Rays Live rolls on a third. Hey, kids,
Yeah,
what are you doing out of school?
I love it. Well, can I say that?
This
Yeah, I love it.
this
Why
is
not?
a rite
It's
of
vacation.
passage.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes.
If you're not a baseball fan, as an elementary school kid, or even a high school kid, you got to come to the ballpark.
You have to. Day game baseball. This is such a great day.
Rich and Doug back inside Tropicana Field. Here is who we're talking about now. Anthony Rendon. The first few games of the season, there is no chance we would have talked about him. He started 0 for 21, but he's 5 for 15 in this series, Doug, and swinging one of the hottest bats after really not ingratiating himself to the Angels.
No, not at all. I mean, he signed a big deal after coming over from Washington, and they expected a lot more out of him. Now, the difference from this year compared to the other years is he's healthy. You look at the games played, right? He has not played over 58 games in an entire season since coming over to Anaheim, and now he's on a tear. He's been hitting really well over the last 8 games specifically, Richie. Hitting 400. He's got the 8 runs and the 3 RBIs. So, what has been the biggest difference besides health? Well, he's not really swinging and missing anymore. He's only got a 10% whip rate. That's one of the lowest in the major league. So when he picks and chooses to swing the bat, then he's going to make contact. He's going to be barreling things up, and he's been very impactful for the Angels so far this season. This is what they expected when they brought him over, and it really has been through the first 3 years. It's been a disappointment having Rendon, but this year he's starting to turn it around, and that makes a big difference in this lineup when you got him at the leadoff spot, actually setting up Mike Trout with Taylor Ward behind him.
Yeah, this team is hovering around 500. Not a lot of people expected that. Ron Washington in his first year with Anaheim, pushing some of the right buttons, putting Anthony Rendon in the leadoff spot. As you'll see, that is exactly where he is again this afternoon. Mike Trout right behind him. And then, of course, the curious case of Taylor Ward, one of the best RBI men in the game right now.
Remember what I just mentioned, Taylor Ward? That's what the people in the biz call a tease, Richard.
Like it.
Yes, he's been very good this year. Here he is hitting .312, 24 hits on the season. 6 of them have left the park. He's got power and he's got average. But when you're looking at how impressed you are with this guy and why you're so impressed with him, it's the clutch hitting. 21 RBI on the season, leads the leagues. He's hitting .429 with runners in scoring position. And then you look at with just men on base, situations with anyone on base at any point, he's hitting .371. So anytime there are base runners on the pond, ducks on the pond, this dude is the one you want up if you're an Anaheim fan.
6 straight games with at least 1 run batted in. That's the longest active streak in all of Major League Baseball, and he's got a 4 RBI lead on the next best RBI man in the American League, and that's Adolis Garcia. Let's now take a look at the Tampa Bay Rays offense. Again, they were struggling, but some of their key players are starting to kick off the rust and show some signs. We'll talk about Yandy Diaz in just a moment. Right behind him, though, Richie Palacios, because Randy's getting a day off today, and Isaac Paredes is getting a day off.
Well, Richie just keeps creeping his way up that lineup, doesn't he? And for good reason. I mean, the guy's been very, very productive. Love what he has brought over to the team. BA and I got to sit down with him yesterday on the field and talk to him a little bit. Talk about his comfort level just coming over here. He's gone out there and been so comfortable with the ability to come to a new team, new environment, and just ingratiate himself into that lineup to become an impact bat. And that's what they're hoping for today. And you see the 8 games in April, been very hot, .313 average. He's got a home run, he's got a double, does have some power. Not a huge guy, but does generate a lot of power, good speed on the bases, also taking his walks. He has 4 walks in the last 8 games, so good stuff coming out of Richie Palacios.
Brooklyn's finest.
Yeah, there you
Richie
go.
Palacios. He's batting second today. Also keep an eye out for Austin Shenton getting the start at first base. That means Yandy Diaz, coming off a multi-hit effort, is going to be DHing. We'll have more on Yandy coming up next. And here's what else we'll be talking about. Ryan Pepiot is on the mound. The right-hander back on the horse. Lots to point to that the Rays can be happy about. Doug discusses when Rays Live returns on Valley Sports.
Okay, so you need to pick up the dog from the groomer, get the laundry, and you finish the book for book club, right?
Book club. Of course I did. Yep. See you there, honey.
It was the best of times.
It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. The good position of the Republic would deserve better still. Save him now, my doctor. Save him. Because our father
When you have 537 pages to go, there's a wrap for that. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Avery. She's had a lot of news this year, and she's still trying to figure out the vibe of things. A new state, a new job, a new apartment, and a new bank. Mid-Florida made Avery feel at home and gave her $200 when opening a new free checking account. And that will come in handy to decorate her new place. Avery may have had a lot of news this year, but financial worries aren't one of them. Mid-Florida, your life, your money, your credit union.
Very different people, very different medical conditions, who all have one thing in common. They and their families chose Orlando Health for care, where our expert teams gave them one more thing in common: their lives back. Orlando Health. Choose well.
Open your world to all that SeaWorld has to discover.
We about to make it happen.
SeaWorld than ever before. Save up to 50% on tickets, passes, and fun cards during our Spring Spectacular sale.
Rounded third, headed for home. That's our guy.
That's our boy.
We got a photo op with him last year. I'm sure we'll get one again this year. 16 minutes to go till first pitch, the final game of the season between the Rays and the Angels. Doug Wechter, Rich Hollenberg wrapping things up on another edition of Rays Live, the pregame. We always talk about pitching toward the end of this show, but we've saved some time for Yandy Diaz. He has 4 hits in his last 5 games, Doug, and a multi-hit effort last night for the first time since April 5th. He's starting to come around.
Yeah, he's starting to turn the corner, hopefully. Hopefully you can look at last night's game and say, okay, that's the game that you can go back to and say this is where it all started for Yandy Diaz. Because prior to that, first 18 games of the season, he was hitting under 200. I can't believe I'm saying that about Yandy Diaz. Coming off the batting title last year. It was only a matter of time until he really gets going. And this is last night. Last night, that was the second hit of last night. That one coming off the fastball. That one's important to me because going into that at-bat, he was hitting 143 on the fastball. You look at last year, he hit over 300 off the fastball. Very important for Yandy to be able to handle velocity to set the tone for that swing going out there in these at-bats.
So earlier today, I asked Kevin Cash specifically about Yandy Diaz turning the corner, and he said, I don't think he's turned the corner yet. His timing is off a little bit. What does he mean by that?
Yeah, it just means that there's a couple things that aren't in sync in the mechanics of his swing, and I think that he's just not picking up the ball as well as he was last year. One of the things about Yandy Diaz this year compared to last year is he's not walking anywhere close to what he did last year. Only a 7% walk rate this season. That's so under what Yandy is typically at, and the reason I point that out is because I think we're going to see him start taking more walks. Once he starts taking more walks, I think that's where the timing will come in. That's where you're starting to see him visualize these pitches a little bit better and see these pitches out of the hand a little bit better, and it's all going to happen here very soon because this guy is way too good to be struggling.
All right, let's turn our attention to the starting pitchers. Ryan Pepiot, who did not pitch all that well in his last start results-wise, seems like him and everybody inside the Rays organization is really happy with what they've seen.
I'll tell you what, man, the ball just flies out of this kid's hand. I'm a very big fan of Ryan Pepiot and what he's bringing to the table. Now, you got to remember, he's 26 years old with limited major league experience. So with that, you're going to have some ups and downs as he goes through the major league season. I was there at that Rockies game. I was in Colorado. I got to watch it. He was filthy, and it all started with filling up the zone. He was pounding the strike zone, 71% strikes that outing. And get this, Richie, 80% first pitch strikes. 80% of the guys he faced saw first pitch strikes. Once he's ahead of hitters, and if he's throwing strikes, his stuff plays, and it plays against any major league hitter. He has the stuff to go out there against these Angels today and totally dominate them. He's just got to be in the zone. That's the whole key. If he's in the zone early, you're going to see a really good Ryan Pepiot.
And you got to remember, before he came over to the Rays from the Dodgers, 10 career starts. So he is just at the tip of the iceberg of what he could do as a starting pitcher. He will be opposing Griffin Canning, who has not had a great start to this season.
No, he has not. He has not looked very good so far. Just shy of a 10 ERA. Gone out there, give up 21 hits in 13 2/3, 15 runs. How about this? 5 home runs. If you're the Rays, you're hoping the long ball is in play today.
All right, that's your pitching matchup. It sets the stage for the Rays and the Angels for the final time in 2024. Tampa Bay 6-2 following a loss. That's the second best such mark in the American League. Hoping that trend continues today. Dwayne Stats and Brian Anderson have the call. We'll see you for the postgame, everybody.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think about calling for a ride. Nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that can happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone.
Doesn't get easier than this. Buy more, save more. This week only at Cane's. Save $100 when you spend over $1,000. $200 when you spend over $2,000. And $500 when you spend over $3,000. Zip, zilch, zero interest until April 2027. Buy more, save more. Up to $500 more. That's easy money. Hurry in now through Monday. Only at Cane's Furniture.
Get more for less.
Get out and go, America, to the spring sales event at your local Ford dealer. Bring the whole crew and hit the road. Go off-road or take the back roads. Don't miss low financing or big cash back on a large selection of Ford SUVs, all designed to keep you going. Get out and go to the spring sales event today. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 cash back on Ford Explorer. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Marathon, nice to meet you. I'm running Boston to make sure childbirth is safe for all moms everywhere. I'm one of thousands of runners running to beat things bigger than the clock. To help more kids outrun cancer, help amputees walk again, and maybe even run. Thousands of runners, thousands of reasons to run. Find a runner, help a cause. Give if you can.
On the next Raise All Access, we're going for a ride-along with Pete Fairbanks, and then we'll combine two of his off-field passions, Lego and Star Wars. Plus, Jose Caballero mic'd up in a conversation with new first base coach Michael Johns.
You're watching Valley Sports, the home of the Rays, Magic, and Lightning.
We welcome you inside Tropicana Field for an afternoon of Rays baseball as they play host to the Los Angeles Angels in the wrap-up game of this homestand and the wrap-up game of the season series between these two clubs. Hi again, everyone, with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard. Well, the number 7, very important for the Rays. They're trying to win the homestand. They're 3-3 right now, trying to win the season series from the Angels, and they have to get by Mike Trout first.
Yeah, well, they do it. But before we get to Mike Trout, let's talk about the Rays' hot hitter, and that's Ahmed Rosario. Right now, in the midst of a 9-game hitting streak, and I'm going to tell you what, he's got some really healthy numbers. A 400 average right there, 2 home runs, 8 driven in. The OPS is 1,000. 5 of the 9 games have been multi-hit games. Infield hits, everything is working right now for Rosario. He is handling all pitch types, and he is using the entire field. That's what you see when guys get as hot as Ahmed Rosario is, and let's just hope that he can continue rolling that through this afternoon. Mike Trout, we know how hot he is. We have seen that this entire season series, which has gone over the last week and a half. A 385 average against the Rays, 448 on base percentage. He's hit safely in all the games coming in, all 6 games coming in. He's homered 4 times. Half of his home runs have come against this Rays pitching staff. But when you go back and you look at the highlights that we just saw, it's pitch location. Just too many pitches that the Rays have left in the middle of the plate. And if they can avoid that, they will hold Mike Trout down.
Ryan Pepiot on the mound for the Rays, making his 4th start. He's 1-2. He's been victimized by the long ball at times, and he is opposed by Griffin Channing, right-hander for the Angels.
Your local Ace is the largest national retailer of steel power tools. Gas or battery, you won't find this full lineup at a warehouse store. You can find it at Ace. Order online and get free pickup or free assembly and delivery.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Do something. Anything. Go, drive.
Hey, Ronald. This is a painting. That's the TV.
Much better.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex Disc contours to it, so the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
Jimmy John's is using legit ingredients.
For a sandwich? Premium meat. Wait, what's so funny?
High quality ingredients.
That's a problem!
Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches.
Very different people, very different medical conditions, who all have one thing in common. They and their families chose Orlando Health for care, where our expert teams gave them one more thing in common: their lives back. Orlando Health. Choose well.
Bet you didn't see that. But if you were an Atlas and could detect things in 0.02 seconds, you would have. The Atlas with Front Assist. Get 1.9% APR financing or a $3,000 customer bonus on a new 2024 Atlas or Atlas Cross Sport during the Volkswagen 75th anniversary event.
All eyes on me. Brand new drip is what they see. Diamonds on my teeth. Brand new whip is what they see. Yeah.
In my bag like a bunch of groceries. All this cheese and greens just come to me.
Freedom you can't take your eyes off. The new 2024 Jeep Wrangler and Gladiator. Jeep, there's only one.
Right now during the Jeep Celebration event, get up to 15% below MSRP on most 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L, and Gladiator models. Hurry, don't miss this great offer.
It took 138 iterations to refine the Tiguan chassis, but it also took 22 birthdays and 16 neglected haircuts. The meticulously refined Tiguan. Get 0% APR financing or a $2,000 customer bonus on a new 2024 Tiguan during the Volkswagen 75th anniversary sales event.
Rays Baseball is brought to you by the Florida Lottery. By Frontier. Get fiber internet. Good to go. By Mid-Florida, Florida's community credit union. And by Rooms to Go. The store-wide mattress sale is going on now. It's time to improve the way you sleep. This afternoon at Tropicana Field, the Rays and the Angels wrap up their current series and their season series. Rays baseball coming up next.
Who just picked up Buffalo Wild Wings Go? The Hankster! Hank! What?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go.
Yeah, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go. Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs.
Okay, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go delivered, but did he get 6 free wings?
Yep.
No!
Carol, look.
Marry me, carrot?
What?
Found a sale on skywriting? Important things aren't worth compromising. At Farmers, we offer both quality insurance and great savings. Quick, show her the other carrots.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Whether you're doing it yourself or hiring a pro, today, let's paint. Exclusively at the Home Depot.
Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too.
What's in your wallet?
If we've learned anything in the past few years, it's that home is everything. It's our office, our playground, our getaway, and even our spa. From the hustle of the day to winding down for story time, when you show your home love with natural gas, your home loves you right back. Now get even more back by installing energy-efficient natural gas appliances that add value to your home.
It's not easy. Not everyone can do it. You have to be bold to be at the top, to be one of America's leading research universities, to generate an annual economic impact of $6 billion, and to be 20 NCAA Division I teams strong. Without a shadow of a doubt, the Bulls' impact on Tampa Bay is boundless. Join us. Be bold.
I'm Ryan Pepiot, and you're watching Valley Sports.
Ahmed Rosario has had an immediate impact since joining the Rays this year, with clutch hitting at the plate and flashing his defensive versatility around the diamond. And today, Rosario and the Rays square off one final time versus three-time AL MVP Mike Trout and the Halos. Well, there we go, the wrap-up game of the series. Rays coming in with a record of 10-9. The Angels are 9-9, and there's Ryan Pepiot headed to the mound. 1-2 with that 540 earned run average, and you could make a case. He's had a couple of rough innings, but you could make a case that he's thrown the ball much better than that.
I don't think there's any question about it. And when you look at his whip is 1.02. And I think when you look at his stuff and how it plays, it's closer to that than it is the 5.4 ERA. So I think you're going to see that number come down drastically if he can continue to limit base runners.
Well, a quick look at the lineup brought to you by your local Ford dealers. The Angels will have Anthony Rendon leading off again, followed by Mike Trout and Taylor Ward, kind of putting together numbers that are Trout-like, kind of hidden in the third spot when you're in the shadow of Mike Trout.
And think about the protection that Trout is getting. I mean, you're still going to pitch to Ward before you pitch to Trout. We saw that last night. Didn't work out for the Rays, but that is going to be a matchup that you pick every single time Ward is cashing in. This is what we're talking about with Ryan Pepiot. 1-2 on the season record-wise, the ERA 540, but that whip an outstanding 1.02. I mean, that just tells you he's limiting base runners. So he's had some damage done against him with runners in scoring position and a couple of home runs hit with guys on. That'll inflate that ERA just a little bit. Let's take a look at his mix. He keeps it simple. And because he keeps it simple, he attacks these guys. All the stuff has really good life on it. The four-seam fastball, 54% of the time. But get this, as much as he uses that pitch, and it averages 94 miles per hour, the average against it is 0.94. 3 for 32. That's a pretty good sample size. That's why that fastball plays very well in the zone. Take a look at the defense. See how it's going to line up behind him. Brought to you by Yingling. And in the outfield left to right, we've got Harold Ramirez sighting out there in left. Jose Siri and Richie Palacios. Across the infield third to first. Curtis Mead, Jose Caballero, Ahmed Rosario, and Austin Shenton with Rene Pinto handling the catching duties.
Austin Shenton getting the start at first base today for the Rays. And out there in left field, Harold Ramirez. And all set to play ball. First pitch of this game, and it comes in a little bit high. The fastball there. Ben May calling the balls and strikes. Plate umpire out of Wisconsin. And the pitch is up and in. 2-0. We are underway right on time, 10 minutes past the hour. Pull foul down that left side. Well out of play. It's the first souvenir of the afternoon.
The first of many.
Stayed in 3-1.
And you can see too, Pinto was set up away. They wanted that change up down and away, and that ball came out of the hand a hair too soon.
There's a strike. That fastball to run the count full.
Love the stirrup look. The powder blue too. I had an 85 Ford Tempo in college, Dwayne. Baby blue.
Ooh, there is strike three call. Rendon started to head for first, and that pitch caught the zone in. First out, first strikeout.
It turns out that in this at-bat, just about every pitch was on the inner half of the plate, and that one, the best location. Right there on the edge, you get Rendon leaning out over. Out one.
Well, Mike Trout. And he got it in to him, and he popped him up. That's Rosario out from second base to make the catch.
This is something to keep your eye on, because again, where Pinto was set up, I don't think they wanted that pitch in, and that's where it went. Very effective. You jammed him, you got the soft pop-up. But right now, the glove side, Pepiot has not been sharp with that. Right, look at, he wants that pitch away, and look at it, runs right in. Listen, it gets the job done, and against Trout, that's the bottom line. Get the job done. See if he gets this one away. Nope.
Taylor Ward is in well off the plate there. 1-0. Ward at .312, 6 home runs, 21 runs batted in. And to third, long throw from Curtis Mead. That's right there in plenty of time. 3 up and 3 down. A quick first inning. When we come back, Yandy Diaz will lead it off.
So you need to pick up the dog from the groomer, get the laundry, and you finish the book for book club, right?
Book club. Of course I did. Yep. See you there, honey.
It was the best of times.
It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. The good physician of the Republic would deserve better still. Save him now, my doctor. Save him. It is our father.
When you have 537 pages to go, there's a RAV for that. Lease a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 LE for just $329 a month for 36 months. Toyota, let's go places.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq is different and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling in RA and PSA, relieve fatigue, and stop further joint damage. And in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin, heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
AbbVie could help you save.
Well, there's Yandy Diaz all set to go to work atop the Rays lineup against Griffin Canning. Lineup brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Yandy followed by Richie Palacios hitting in the number 2 spot, and then Ahmed Rosario, who has been red hot.
I mean, red hot. 9-game hitting streak, hitting 400 over the life of it. He will be going up against Griffin Canning, who has not gotten off to a very good start here for the Angels. 0-2 on the season, that ERA approaching 10. Far too many base runners over his 3 starts.
Pitch is down to Yandy. Canning, a second-round pick out of UCLA back in 2017, and he's had a difficult time staying healthy.
Staying healthy and getting one of these pitches, you know, to work for him. You see the 4-seam changeup, slider, curveball. But the respective averages against those pitches are 350, 316, 364, 400. So right now, nothing working very well for Griffin Canning. Obviously, we'd like to turn that around here this afternoon. The Rays would love to prevent that.
Two and one. Fastball at 94.
That's about where it sits. Get some good running action with that pitch.
That's 95 near the bottom of the zone.
And right down the heart of the plate. I mean, that was center cut.
2-2 here on Yandy. And this one soft by the mound and picked up by Renifo at second for the first out.
Well, let's take a look at that Angel defense, see how it's going to line up here this afternoon. Brought to you by Yingling. In the outfield left to right, we've got Taylor Ward, Mike Trout, and Mickey Moniak. Infield third and first. Looks like this. Anthony Rendon, Zach Neto, Luis Renifo, and Nolan Shonowell back behind the plate. Will be Matt Tice.
Trout out there in center field. Here's wrapping up the season series already against the Angels, and last opportunity to see Mike Trout in action. Richie Palacios takes the pitch down.
I think Rays fans and the Rays in general have had their fill of Mike Trout over the course of this season series.
He's gotten off to a great start, keeping the Angels at the 500 mark. Here's the other thing about this game. We're only here on the 18th of April. This game could have postseason implications right now because the season series is even right now. And depending on how things work out over the next 5.5+ months, 2-1, who wins a season series could implicate positioning in the possible postseason alignment.
Dwayne, are you telling me that you're putting a win and you're in on an April 18th game?
telling you,
that's the way it plays out.
Part of the structure.
This is a big day.
3-1. I mean,
This
how
is
about
a
that?
big day.
I mean, you know, think about that. You know, and I mean, they say, well, games in April count as much as they do in September, but because of the structure, these games right here, season series now, has the possibility of an implication in positioning in the postseason. 3-2 now on Palacios.
Well, and that's the goal of every team. You know, every team that I've ever played on, you know, you go into, hey, let's win series. You know, you go in and just consistently win series after series after series. You're going to be, you know, putting yourself in a good place to play October baseball.
And that is ball 4. Palacios is aboard.
But yeah,
it's been a while since the Rays have lost a season series to this team. Florida Lottery jackpot stat will bear that out.
It's a decade. It's been since 2014. Of course, they didn't play each other in the pandemic year. You stayed in your own time zone, basically, your own divisions. But 2014, and ever since then, I think they tied 1 year, and the rest have been Rays series wins.
Ahmed Rosario riding a 9-game hitting streak. Pitch is wide. Ball, no strikes. Rosario has hit 400 for the life of that streak with a couple home runs.
Well, keep your eye on Richie Palacios over there at first base. He's one of the Rays that likes to run. Griffin Canning has given up 2 stolen bases in 3 attempts here in his 3 starts. And the Rays would love to jumpstart this offense.
Catches the zone very bottom.
And by the way, why not create a distraction for this guy at the plate who is smashing everything right now?
And up the right side, down toward the corner. Moniak will have to go in after it. It bounds away. Palacios around third. He's going to score. And into third goes Rosario. And the Rays grab an early lead. Hitting streak goes to 10. And the Rays grab a 1-0 lead.
Watch how quick the hands of Rosario are here on this mid-90s fastball. That ball is away. And he's able to just flash the hands and get the barrel to it. Boom. I mean, quick and late as that ball got deep in the zone. And he keeps it true up the line and into the corner. And here comes the speed of Palacios. Lose the helmet, gain the run.
Rays cashier that walk, turn it into a run on the triple by Rosario. And here is Harold Ramirez against your drawn-in infield. He takes a big cut at the curveball. Strike 1.
That's what Harold does. Strike 1 and 2 are mine. After that, I'll do what I have to do to try to put the ball in play. He's got a very low strikeout rate, but he'll take some big hacks early.
This one popping away, not far enough to give Rosario any ideas.
And talking about Rosario, you know, what he's been doing over this 10-game hitting streak and hitting for such a high average. If you look at where he sprays the ball in the early going, he's 34% to left field, 35% to center, 31% to right. Perfect. When you're doing that, yes, you're going to find holes. Hit the ball where it's pitched, and nobody's doing it better right now.
Boy, he has been fun to watch. Play different positions. Pop him up and down that lineup. Shot into right. Moniak in line to make the catch. Rosario will tag and head to the plate, and the Rays pick up their second run. RBI number 9 for Ramirez as he drives in Rosario.
You know, this has really been the problem with Griffin Canning. Let's take a look at through the lineup as he started off this year. First time through the lineup. How about that? 458, a 500 on base, and oh, by the way, all 5 of the home runs that he's given up this year have come first time through. So whatever he's doing as far as getting ready for starts, it is not translating because teams are jumping him early, and we're watching the Rays do it right here.
So 2 first-inning runs. Here's Jose Caballero. Pitch is outside. Caballero hitting .281. Rosario with the triple, driving in a run and scoring on the fly ball. Second triple of the year for the Rays. Caballero has the other one. And that will put him behind in the count. Going out there after the slider. Here's the combination. Rosario and Ramirez with a couple of first inning runs batted in. 2-2 to Caballero. Caballero on twice last night with an infield hit and a walk. This triple came in the Tuesday game of this series. Inning 27 years old. Making his 5th appearance against the Rays, his 4th start. Gone 1-1 against him and jumped to a 2-0 lead in the first. And a cut and miss on the slider. So a strikeout ends the inning, but the Rays pick up 2 and lead 2-0.
Imagine a living room with the power to change everything. It's the new Modular 2 at Rooms To Go. One collection that gives you the power to relax in total comfort, the power to recharge, the power to create the perfect sectional for any space. Just choose your pieces and transform your room. The best part, because it's Rooms To Go, you can do all this, all within your budget. Now that's the power to save. I'm Julianne Hough, and this is what's possible with the Modular 2 at Rooms To Go.
When we're on the move and hunger for a big night, Checkers delivers the flavor with the new 2 for $4. Yeah, because when we ride, it's our path to carve. Let's go.
Checkers 2 for $4 flavor-packed burgers. Get the new Tangled Barbecue Swiss Burger with crispy onion tanglers, or the new fully loaded fry burger with Checkers' famous seasoned fries on top. Any 2, just $4.
Let's go.
And try new Buford Bites. Our big Buford in snackable bites.
Checkers, that's how we roll.
Experience the magic of Rays baseball through a Rays season membership. Combining flexibility and value, a Rays season membership fits any fan's needs and adds to your Rays experience. Become a 2024 season member today at RaysBaseball.com/season membership. Raise up.
On the next Rays All Access, we're going for a ride-along with Pete Fairbanks, and then we'll combine 2 of his off-field passions, Lego and Star Wars. Plus, Jose Caballero mic'd up in a conversation with new first base coach Michael Johns.
Claim your share of the Rays 50-50 charity raffle jackpot. Proceeds support youth programming in Tampa Bay. You can win big and support the community at the same time. Visit Rays5050.com. Miguel Sano, the designated hitter, takes the big swing and misses. Sano, then the catcher Tice, and Moniak, the right fielder, middle part of the lineup for Ron Washington. Fastball misses. 1-1. Speed had him out in front.
Able to take that changeup, and that thing had some action on it. It had some run down and in, ducked under that swing, and that critical swing count. It gives Pepiot the advantage at 1-2.
Cut there by Sano.
That becomes such a big pitch, that 1-1 pitch. Yeah, you'd like to retire him on that pitch, but it becomes a ball. 2-1. The on-base percentage after that goes through the roof. Gets to 1-2. It plummets. There you go.
And he went after that. Tried to check. Could not.
That first pitch right there that Pepiot's been able to get down and away to the glove side. A really good sign. That reach, making that adjustment, and being able to get out there, turn that baby over, and get the commit. An excellent shot, getting that hand out in front and being able to reach.
One away. I don't know the count here on Matt Tice. 4 for 9 on the year. And he is ahead in the count. The Angels catcher, 2-0.
Adjustment right there. You know, he's having a little bit of a hard time in the early going here, getting out over his front side. Did a great job on the changeup to Sano, but the misses here early off the plate, just not quite getting to his release point. And there he tried to hold on to it a little bit longer, ends up pulling it all the way across the plate.
And he gives up a 4-pitch walk right there.
Yeah, this is all mechanics. Nothing more than that. Just not getting to that release point, not getting that good reach that we saw on the changeup to Sano. He's got a powerful delivery, but right there kind of landed straight up, standing straight up, and that hand just not getting where it needs to be. Better there.
Modiak taking a strike. You could see what a great shot that was on the replay. The rhythm is not where he wants it to be.
And there was that front leg was so stiff.
Lifted back into center field. Siri takes off after it. He'll be there with room. A step onto the track, making the catch. Price returns to first with 2 outs.
Well, as you work your way through this, it's just about getting outs. And sometimes you need a little help from your defense, whatever. And, you know, you've got the keys that you have to your own delivery. Things that you check off to get back in line, because you have to be your own pitching coach out there. You know, it's not going to be perfect every single time. So when you feel yourself not getting where you need to be, you've got to be able to go through that little Rolodex of keys and correct it yourself, or things can spiral out of control.
And now Renifo takes a strike. The ability to self-correct is critical.
It is, and sometimes the catcher can help you out. I can remember times where if I was struggling with my arm side fastball, leaving it off the plate, not getting to my release point, you know, the catcher, Sandy Alomar, he called fastball in on a right-hander. Well, for a fastball in, it forces you to really, really have to reach, and then all of a sudden, oh, it clicks right back in. So they can help you out too.
Fastball missed away, 1-1. Yeah, they're not little things in a way, because they're so often overlooked, I think, by the casual eye. But those are the great things about this game. And a great catcher can bring to a pitching staff. That ball into center, return, and now Siri overruns it. And that's going to allow Tice to go to third. Renifo stays at first. So a base hit. And an error will be charged to Siri, allowing the runner to go to third.
Nice job right here by Renifo, staying on that changeup that was down below the knees. And he was going to keep Tice at second, but that ball was able to sneak under the glove. And just that little mistake, 90 feet closer.
First and third, 2 outs. Nolan Shonowell, and this pitch skips by Pinto, but he gets a great rebound that allows Renifo to go up to second base, but it saved a run from scoring.
Well, and that's why that play was so big in center. You get to third, pass ball, wild pitch, and he just yanked that pitch down at the feet. Pinto, no shot to get to it, but thank goodness for the carom.
So just like that, second and third, 2 outs. 1-0 to Shonowell. Two and 0. A bit of an issue here. Pepiot trying to put it all together. And this one lifted into left center. Over to make the catch is Harold Ramirez. No harm done with 2 men left. 2-0 Rays.
Allison and Michael are busy people.
How do we make it work?
They've lived in their home for 10 years. And their bathroom really needed an update.
It was starting to mold and tiles had started to come off.
It's really small, really cramped.
I like renovating. I like doing home projects. Would have definitely taken me longer than we have to renovate the tub with just the short afternoons that I have to work on it.
They needed a more convenient option, so they called West Shore Home.
The design consultant was really great. He came out like in the evening because we were both working during the day. Made it really easy.
All right, guys, you ready? Let's go. I left for work with the kids and they showed up. Morning.
I'm gonna say school.
By dinner time, we had our bathroom.
That looks great. And the kids thought so too.
You would have thought they went to like Disney World or something. They get in the new shower. They're just like, wow. It's like it totally transforms the feel of the room.
What do you need? I got you. Base hit off the breaking pitch. Siri comes through.
I'll give you now, but I can give you more.
Tropicana may not have invented orange juice, but in 1954, we found a way to bring fresh tasting OJ to everyone. And to this day, we squeeze hand-picked oranges, never add sugar, and bring OJ to fridges everywhere. So while we can't say we invented orange juice, we could say brunch wouldn't really be brunch without OJ. So we basically invented brunch. And Saturday morning, fridge chugging. Morning people. And we're not done yet, because we're Tropicana Pure Premium, the juice that starts it all.
You're watching Rays Baseball on Valley Sports.
Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of official jerseys, caps, great and pink, t-shirts, collectibles, and more. Gear up with the Rays at MLBshop.com. Austin Shenton leads it off for the Rays. First pitch to the Rays first baseman is a strike. Shenton with a run batted in. 231 on the year. Up the middle, but the defense set perfectly for him. And Neto makes the play from shortstop. Now Curtis Mead. Reed at 238, 10 of 42 for the year. After the first pitch, and a sky-high popper down from third, Rendon. Two quick outs, 3 pitches in. Kind of interesting. You get 2 outs on 3 pitches, and the next hitter, you figure, well, I'll take my time and maybe take a pitch or so, but it's Jose Siri.
Yeah, you can't count on that from this guy.
Probably
he gets something that's he has never met a pitch that he didn't like to swing at.
Let's see what happens with the first pitch. He takes it for a strike on the outside part of the plate.
Although I will tell you this, the walk rate has increased, you know, this season. And that has actually allowed him more opportunities to affect the game from the base paths, which I think was a goal of his. You know, something that he wanted to improve upon. He, last year, the on-base percentage was .267, and he only had 12 stolen bases. Did have the 25 home runs, but he's thinking, with my speed and base stealing ability, I need to do something about the on-base.
Yeah, he should be an easy 20-20 guy.
Yeah.
You know, maybe 30 steals. And he is out on strikes. That one caught the zone at the knees. 3 up, 3 down. A quick second inning for Candy.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order.
Scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Today and every day at the Home Depot, it's easy to shop and swap for the features you want at the lowest prices guaranteed. So you get innovative appliances like LG. Exactly how you want them. Shop top brands in-store and online at the Home Depot.
Your small business is all your dreams, all your plans, all your dough. Keep it safe and keep it yours with Spectrum Business. Made to protect with award-winning multi-layered security. First, we encrypt your data at multiple points and monitor our network for threats 24/7. Next, our advanced Wi-Fi with Security Shield defends all your devices. If it's connected, it's protected. The final layer of defense is desktop security for your computer. Protect your small business with multi-layered security only from Spectrum Business. Made to work.
I wanted to surprise my grandmother with our favorite dumplings she made when we were growing up. Her healthcare team at St. Francis Reflections helped gather everything I needed to prepare the special treat. I'm not sure who laughed more trying to roll the perfect dough. Our dedicated team provides compassionate hospice and palliative care, ensuring your loved one's comfort and dignity. When you need care, compassion, and support, trust St. Francis Reflections.
Just a reminder, the Rays will square off against the Mets. It's a 3-game weekend series beginning Friday, May 3rd, extending through Sunday the 5th. Be part of the action. Get your seats at RaysBaseball.com. 2 night games and a day game in that series against the Mets. Well, here we go on to inning 3. Rays with 2 in the first to take the early lead. Zach Neto, the shortstop, in the batter's box to lead off, and he misses the fastball. Strike 1. Couple strikeouts, a walk, and a hit through the front 2. Quickly 0-2. Neto, a little over half the games last year for the Angels. Fouls this one back. Holding the count there at 2 strikes. And he shoots one into center field for a base hit on an 0-2 pitch. Siri comes up with it as Neto makes the turn and holds up.
The change up and just stays in the zone. Obviously, if you're going to throw it right down there through the middle of the plate, you want that thing buried below the zone. It stays in there. You give an opportunity to the hitter, and Neto took it.
Now the top of the order, Anthony Rendon over to first. Back in is Neto. Yeah, you get ahead of the number 9 hitter, 2 strikes. It stings a little bit to give up that base hit.
Especially because coming into this start right here, Pepiot with 2 strikes had a 146 average against him. He gave up nothing.
Fly ball center field for Siri. Rendon is the first out. And now Mike Trout. 0 for 1 today. The Toyota Keys gives you the Stark breakout in an 11-game hit streak against the Rays. 422 and 9 home runs in that streak.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then let's go a step further and take a look at that OPS at 1579.
It's out of sight.
It is. And by the way, the last time I checked, Dwayne, the Rays have some pretty good pitching staffs.
Yes, they've had indeed.
Not running up that hit streak off a bunch of schleps.
Goes and stops, and the pitch is fouled back. How do you spell that?
How do you?
I think there are many variations, probably.
I think it's V-A-N. No. We'll talk about that in between innings.
This pitch is outside. The ball, 2 strikes.
No, that was schleppy. Schlep is SCH.
I got you. Apparently a regional term. 1-2 swing. Takes care of Trout on that foul tip strikeout. Third strikeout for Pepiot.
Boy, look at this ball just moving away, and that actually gets up over the swing of Trout. Trout's so good on balls down in the zone, and that ball just never came down.
Another dangerous hitter with Taylor Ward up there, moved to first, and Neto is back in. A couple of teams have utilized the stolen base, 20 as a team for the Angels. There's a liner into left that will stay up and caught by Harold Ramirez. Go to the bottom of the third. Third inning brought to you by Kane's Furniture.
It doesn't get easier than this. Buy more, save more. This week only at Kane's. Save $100 when you spend over $1,000, $200 when you spend over $2,000, and $500 when you spend over $3,000. Zip, zilch, zero interest until April 2027. Buy more, save more. Up to $500 more. That's easy money. Hurry in now through Monday. Only at Kane's Furniture.
Get more for less.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP on select GMC Sierra models. We are professional grade GMC.
The Rays Rookies Kids Club, presented by Suncoast Credit Union, is back for the 2024 season. With 2 membership levels to choose from. MVP membership benefits include Kids Eat Free, 50% off tickets to select home games, a duffel bag, snapback hat, and more for only $40. All-star memberships are available for free. Memberships are limited. Join the club today at raysbaseball.com/raysrookies.
American military personnel serving overseas watching this game on AFN, the American Forces Network. Welcome to those in countries around the world aboard naval ships at sea. Thank you for your service. Rene Pinto leads off for the Rays. Bottom of the third inning against Griffin Canning. It's a ball. A couple home runs on the year for Pinto, hitting .226. Canning went to UCLA. Second round pick in 17. He was in the big leagues by 2019. And then in August of that year, found himself on the IL. 3-0 count.
Just trying to find consistency. You know, the stuff will play if you can command it and pitch from out in front. Far too often, you know, he does not do that. First pitch strike percentage this year is 7-8% lower than the MLB average. And that's been an issue with him. And when you're consistently falling behind, boy, oh boy, these big league hitters, they're good enough. You give them, you know, good counts to work with consistently, and it's going to bite you.
3-1 foul, full count.
Like right here, you know, the 3-1. Now granted, he got it to 3-2. He's one pitch away, but you know that you do that too often, and things are not going to go well.
And he comes back and gets the strikeout. Pitch Darting away from Pinto.
You know, that's another one of those sliders that, you know, it plays like a cutter. And it's just that cutting action away. There's not a lot of depth to that pitch. It's a little bit further up in the zone, and it runs away from the swing.
First time through the lineup, and now back to the top. Here's Yandy Diaz, and he takes a strike. Breaking ball. Canning has had a difficult time staying healthy, and most of that has been back issues. Popped up the right side. Foul ball. Moniak's going to run out of room. It's out of play. 0-2. He did not pitch in 22. The stress fracture in 23. Early, and then came back and made 22 starts. That's a career high workload for him. 127 innings. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Number 22 starts, 7 and 8 with a 4.32 last year. Out of play again, right side. Only 2 for 5, had a double and a run scored last night. Upstairs, 2-2. Starting the day at the 211 mark. He's had 15 batted balls at 100 or more that have been turned into outs. And now the count is full, 3-2.
That explains a lot. That explains an awful lot about what you're seeing with Yandy and his numbers right now. You know that those are going to improve. He's far too good of a hitter. And, you know, understanding of the strike zone, all of the above. It hits to all fields. Those are going to bump up. But when you have that many taken away from you with that kind of velocity.
Well, 15. And this is only the 20th game of the year for the Rays.
Let's say half.
Yeah.
Let's say that half. Let's say that 7 sneak through. What does that do to his numbers? It shoots him way up. And that'll even out over the course of the year. He just needs to stay the course and continue to barrel the baseball. He does that, it's going to be just fine.
That's going to go through the left side. A base hit. 1 out single. Yandy on this time, working that count deep. A 9-pitch at bat. Got it through the left side.
All right, through that 5-6 hole. Look at him follow it down and then just hammer it. Hammers it straight into the ground, but does it hard enough that it just splits the defenders rather quickly.
Richie Palacios drew a walk in the first and scored the initial run for the Rays in this 2-0 game. Holds it foul on the right side behind Michael Johns, the first base coach, and down toward the bullpen. A nice play down there. A little close, spins him around. That shoulder to get out of the way. Wow.
Yeah, and it's awfully close to the head. And, you know, hitters, boy, they see that ball. Those eyes get big and get out of the way.
Put away. Breaking ball kind of slipped away from him, stayed up there. Yandy back in at first. And a good take there. 3-1. Postgame had that 3-hit game against the Giants. 13th, 5 days ago. In the number 3 spot in that game, hitting second today. That foul ball will run it to 3-2. Worked a 3-2 count, walked in the first. Was tripled home by Rosario. Yandy's at first, 1 out, and a full count again on Palacios. See another pitch, 3-2. That quick second inning after 23 in the first, and he's over 20 again here in the third. Foul out of play.
Trying to find anything to get Palacios out here with. Breaking ball, changeup, heaters. Richie continues to battle now, hoping for that mistake that's out over the plate or the bad miss. Take your base.
Runner goes 3-2. A little tap to the right side. Shonowell makes the pickup, steps on the bag, and Yandy now finds himself at second on the extended at bat.
Well, our Coors Light beating the pressure. Let's take a look at a deeper dive into Ahmed Rosario's hitting streak here. He has, with a base hit early in this ball game, it's now a 10-gamer, 415 on the average. How about that? 5 extra base hits, couple of home runs in there. 9 driven in. That's the other thing. You know, he's been productive during that streak. 5 multi-hit games, and 6 times he's gone to the opposite field.
And a ball down and away. Up here with a man in scoring position now and 2 outs.
We were talking about that after his first at-bat. When you look at his spray chart, I mean, he's almost a third to left, third to center, third to right. So he really is, the pitch is away, he'll take it away. You come in, he's able to turn on it and turn on it with power.
Strike on the inside part of the plate. Well, that point here with the spray chart gives you an idea.
Our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. This is during the 10-game hitting streak, and again, he's using the whole field, literally foul line to foul line. How about that? And then a couple sneaking over the fence.
It is low, 2-1. You look at the acquisitions year in and year out by the Rays, and Palacios is one. Rosario off to this great start. Caballero. I mean, all 3 of those guys have shown great ability and big additions to this team. Two and two. Go. He tried to check and did on that pitch down. And another full count. Canning has gone 3-2 on all 4 hitters in this inning. So a lot of pitches in this frame. Lifted toward right. Moniak will be there, however, and makes the catch. No runs a hit. The man left. On to the 4th. 2-0 Rays.
This is Avery. She's had a lot of news this year, and she's still trying to figure out the vibe of things. A new state, a new job, a new apartment, and a new bank. Mid-Florida made Avery feel at home and gave her $200 when opening a new free checking account. And that will come in handy to decorate her new place. Avery may have had a lot of news this year, but financial worries aren't one of them. Mid-Florida, your life, your money, your credit union.
Very different people, very different medical conditions, who all have one thing in common. They and their families chose Orlando Health for care, where our expert teams gave them one more thing in common: their lives back. Orlando Health. Choose well.
Raise the bar with Flight by Yingling. Low carb, low calorie, more taste. Brewed for the generation that's always reaching for more. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
Rays Gaming is back. Compete in this year's Sunburst Invitational Tournament for the opportunity to win a share of the $10,000 cash prize. Free to eligible participants 13 and older. For info, visit raysbaseball.com/gaming. In the 4th inning, there's a swing and a foul ball back by Miguel Sano, the designated hitter for Ron Washington's Los Angeles Angels. Sano, then Tice and Moniak. In the middle of the lineup. 1-1. Foul. 2 strikes. Sano was in camp with the Angels. Signed a minor league deal with an invitation to the major league camp, and now a roster player. And here he is hitting cleanup in their lineup.
Oh, there's a track record there of big time power.
Yeah, he was a 30 home run guy in Minnesota.
Yeah.
It's too tight. 3-2. Tice on deck. The 3-2 slider is foul.
And you know what's been interesting here watching Pepiot, when he has gotten a little out of sorts mechanically, and that arm, the ball is leaking to the arm side high, he's gone to that slider. That may be trying to help him get back in line.
Ooh, and that a little high there, didn't miss by much, and he gives up the leadoff walk.
Yeah, got under that slider. But hey, Dwayne, our first big story of the season, Jack Leiter making his major league debut with the Texas Rangers. There's his dad, Al Leiter, the rest of the family cheering his first strikeout. However, the rest of the outing has not gone according to plan quite yet. It's given up 4 earned through 2 innings, but the Rangers lead at 5-4.
The Rangers offense giving him a little room to work. Big cut and a miss by Tice. Strike 1.
You gotta love that the big story's back in play. That's when I get to act like a Channel 4 newsman.
Slider getting to the big leagues. He's 20. He will be 24. He's 23. He'll be 24. Just checked in 3 days.
Oh, wow.
And a strike call. It's going to run it to 1 and 2. Upstairs, leadoff walk, putting Sano aboard. Now 2-2 on the catcher. And a cut and miss. 2-2 slider takes care of the Los Angeles backstop.
That's that slider, and he keeps this one right in the middle of the plate again. That's more of a cutter look, and it stays above the bat, top of the zone.
Ground ball to first, backhanded by Shinton. Down to second one and back to first. The Rays turn a nifty 3-6-1 double play. Pepiot over there on the receiving end. The double play started by Austin Shinton.
Well, great job of getting rid of it. And then a nice relay there by Caballero. Pepiot, the athlete, beat him to the bag.
When the Rays score 6 or more runs, you score with Papa John's. Get 50% off pizzas at regular menu price the day after the Rays score 6 or more runs. Use promo code RAYS6 at papajohns.com. Papa John's, proud partner of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Fine-tune your auto repair experience at Maurer Repair in Rockledge. We offer quality auto repairs from ASE certified mechanics backed by years of experience. Whether you're coming in for a routine inspection or auto repair, we promise that you will be completely satisfied with our services and competitive prices. At Maurer Repair, we treat every vehicle as their own with a complimentary car wash after each service to make sure your car not only runs right, but is also sparkling clean. Family owned, fine-tuned. Maurer Repair in Rockledge.
There's a lot of things you're good at.
But what do you like to do that you want to do for the rest of your life?
And get paid.
Thinking about a career in business and finance? Eastern Florida State College offers 12 bachelor degree tracks in programs like general business, banking and finance, sales and marketing, human resources, travel and tourism, and more. With all that to choose from, there's definitely one you'll be good at. Learn at your own pace, in person, online, day or night.
What are you good at?
So come on, let's get started.
The journey may be steep and treacherous, but if you're going to reach the top, you keep climbing. For 5 straight years, this club has pushed beyond 162, doing things the game has never seen. But we're determined to go even further. The team we've grown into is built for what's next. A brand new season and a future of excitement. It's time to raise up.
Rays Baseball is brought to you by West Shore Home, America's most admired home remodeling brand. And by Toyota. Let's go places. Well, here we go. Tropicana Field, bottom of the 4th inning. 2-0 Rays lead this game, facing Griffin Canning. Pitch swung on and bounced foul. Nice pickup by Brady Williams outside the coaching box at third. The count on Harold Ramirez is a strike. Distributing a souvenir right there. 0-2. Well, Canning coming into this inning had made 58 pitches through 3. He's averaged just under 19 pitches an inning this year, and so he's keeping pace with that. 1-2, a few more pitches than he would like. See, he had that very brief second inning, but 23 in the first, 29 in the third.
Yeah, I mean, and what that does, Dwayne, is because this isn't, this isn't back in the day where they would let you go. You're going to be limited. You're going to be in that limited 90, 105 pitches, if you're being effective. And by throwing that many per, it just shortens your outing. It shortens your outing, and it puts more stress on that bullpen.
Third foul outside the bag.
Just to take a look, I went back and looked at some of my early games when I was a rookie. I'm 21 years old. And I've got games where 138 pitches, 137 pitches. I'm like, what? No wonder that baby blew.
Yeah, I guess the thinking was a wave and a miss. If you don't throw 130 pitches when you're 21, when are you going to throw?
Yeah, well, and at least if you're given that kind of a leash, you're being effective and you're not losing a whole lot, or you'd be out of that game.
That's right.
Take it as a badge of honor. Although, I mean, come on, some efficiency, please.
Jose Caballero. Oh, and he is hit by that pitch.
Backup curveball. We've seen a couple of those from Canning. That ball just kind of spitting out of there quick. And there it is. He loses that pitch far too early. And Caballero, I think he strategically maybe moved that elbow into the line of fire.
That's what all that padding is for.
That is that's a Craig Biggio right there. He used to get
pretty good call there.
Body armor on the plate. Oh, and you had to pitch him in because of his plate coverage. But if you pitched him in and you missed by a minuscule, guess what? Elbow flared, he goes to first. Such a bootleg move.
Strike the count to Austin Shinton. There's been base runners in 3 of the first 4 innings, scoring 2 in the first. Some attention over there. Caballero back to the bag. He has 5 steals, 5 of 8. Opposition 2 of 3 running against Canning so far this year. There he goes, got a good jump, and the pitch popped into shallow left, and now Caballero's going to have to get back.
Boy, that's what you hate. And Caballero, the last time this happened against the Angels, it was when I got the postgame sound. And I asked him, remember, he took off. He had second base stolen 4 times before he finally got it because of foul balls and pop-ups, whatever it may be. And I asked him, did you ever have to work that hard for a stolen base? And he's kind of laughing about it. But right there again, he had that base stolen. And the ball gets put into play and it gets taken away.
Technical issue there. And Tice takes care of that apparently. Curtis Mead. Caballero back in. Pitch out, nothing doing. 1-0. Oh, he almost had him over there. He started to go, and Canning went over there.
Right? There's the lead. I mean, that's all it takes. Sometimes that's all it takes to get picked off. But Shonowell's got to go a long way with that tag. Definitely thinking about going again. Well, he knows he had it stolen. He'd like to get it back.
Chop to third. Down to second base for the Force. We have completed 4, and the Rays lead 2-0.
With Spring Black Friday savings now at the Home Depot, you can power your spring and only need 1 battery to do it all. Gas-like power, endless possibilities, only at the Home Depot, your power source.
Roof damage is a headache. And worse yet, insurance companies commonly deny or lowball these types of claims. When one of my clients, Maria, noticed leaks and mold from a hurricane, she knew she needed help. Originally, the insurance company told Maria that her damages did not exceed her deductible and paid her $0. Luckily, she called me. We did a free inspection and the fight was on. The result? We recovered almost $80,000 for her insurance claim. So remember, before you call your insurance company, call your insurance attorney.
Okay, so you need to pick up the dog from the groomer, get the laundry. You finished the book for book club, right?
Book club. Of course I did. Yep. See you there, honey.
It was the best of times.
It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. The good physician of the Republic would deserve better still. Save him now, my doctor. Save him. Because our father arrested me.
When you have 537 pages to go, there's a wrap for that. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
Moving doesn't have to be stressful. Good Greek is the only company that offers total relocation solutions. Whether you're buying, selling, or renting a home, packing and moving your most prized possessions, storing your items in a safe and secure place. Our personal concierge service will help you connect your utilities and transfer your mail. We provide safe and reliable auto transport, and we'll even remove any unwanted junk.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Rays square off against the Tigers in a 3-game midweek series Monday, April 22nd through the 24th. Get your seats today at RaysBaseball.com. Detroit off to a 10-8 start.
They are. And by the way, that right there, that's a call to you, Lakeland. You host all spring.
Yep.
Come on in and cheer for the Rays.
There's a strike.
That's where we used to go when I would come down. Our family vacation was load the kids in the family truckster, drive to Zephyr Hills, and post up at Grandma and Grandpa's trailer park, and go over to Lakeland for Detroit Tigers spring training.
It's a pretty good, number one, pretty good venue, and that's a great spring.
It was a great spring because we would come down. We'd stay a month. We'd bring schoolwork with us. Have to get up in the morning, do our schoolwork, and then it was off to flea markets and spring training games.
And there is strike 3 call. Pitch at the knees on Renifo.
See, you know, the more I talk to my childhood, it explains a lot.
Pretty good stuff there. Swings and misses at that first pitch. Strike 1. 1-1. Well out of Florida Atlantic. Another first-round pick for this Angels team. Pepiot ahead of him, 1-2. Two. Count is full. Ground ball, that's going to go through the right side. Shadowell is aboard with a 1-out single.
We've seen this all afternoon. As soon as Pepiot gets a little bit out of whack with that arm side high and away pitch, he goes to that slider, and it's worked out for him. It's gotten it back into play. That one actually got put into play and was able to find the hole on the right side. But it's been pretty interesting because you can tell this afternoon Ryan Pepiot has not been comfortable mechanically out on the mound. Not hitting his spots like he normally does, and yet so far so good. That is a great sign.
It's a swing and miss by Zach Neto.
It just shows you, this guy's a battler. I may not feel great. My mechanics may be a little bit off. I may be struggling a little bit with command, but I'm going to battle you all afternoon long.
Ball, 1 strike. Now 1 and 2. Pitch foul right back. One on, one out in the 5th inning. Ryan Pepiot. And the Rays holding a 2-0 lead. There's the pitch count. It's been in good order. Too wide there. 2 and 2. Miss. He gets the strikeout on the slider.
Down and in. The down and in slider on Neto. You talk about backwards. You see where Pinto's set up. I'm not exactly sure that's where he wanted it, but again, it doesn't matter. Bottom line business, he gets the out. And his stuff plays so well in the zone. We were talking about that before the ball game. When you look at his zone, how often he's in the zone, it's a couple points above Major League average. But then you look at zone contact, and it is far below Major League average, which tells you the life on his stuff, how it plays even in the zone.
Yeah, it seems to carry more than the average arm out there gets it to carry inside the zone. Inside the zone. Active in there.
Inside the zone, the average contact rate is 82%. With him, it's 68. Which, that just, what that tells you is you're in the zone more often than Major League average, and you're getting your pitches in the zone missed far below Major League average. Tells you how much the stuff plays. The jump, we talk about the jump on his fastball. It averages 94 miles an hour, but boy, does it have some life. And same thing with the breaking ball. That slider's late. Changeup has good action.
Ooh, that pitch not too far off to begin with, and at 96 in there, and a quick check by Rendon.
That ball was in the middle of the plate, just above the zone, and that was close.
2-2 into right field. Anderson Palacios back, not yet to the track, and he makes the catch. So a base hit, the man left, no runs. TV timeout brought to you by your local GMC dealers.
Of course, the GMC Terrain offers different drive modes. What about Weekend Warrior mode? Or you don't see that everyday mode? How about out of the office mode? Or even,
are you out of your mind?
Mode. Want a mode for everything? Just announced. Sign and drive. Current eligible GMC lessees can get this ultra-low mileage lease on this 2024 Terrain SLE for around $359 per month with zero due at signing. Sign and drive one home today.
They say you can't have it all, but Cash Castle Bonus Play has a scratch-off, a draw game, cash, a castle. It may not have it all, but I can't think of anything else I'd want. Cash Castle.
When I was 12 years old with cancer, I spent most of the year looking out a hospital window. All I wanted was to be outside. I owe the people at St. Jude everything because I am 17 years cancer-free. My marathon is for St. Jude and helping all those kids with cancer who just want to be kids again.
The journey may be steep and treacherous, but if you're going to reach the top, you keep climbing. For 5 straight years, this club has pushed beyond 162, doing things the game has never seen. But we're determined to go even further. The team we've grown into is built for what's next. A brand new season and a future of excitement. It's time to raise up.
Well, this game has settled down. The Rays leading it 2-0 over the Angels. It was a quick start by the Rays offense. Those 2 runs coming in the first inning. Since then, Griffin Canning has calmed things down. Ryan Pepiot, not exactly, I think, feeling it mechanically out there, but guess what? Doesn't matter. He's pitched around 2 walks, given up just 3 hits, and kept the Angels off the board. Outstanding job so far by the Rays righty.
And here's a chase by Jose Siri on a swing and miss to begin the home half of the 5th inning. There's the Rays right-hander. 70 pitches through 5. Reaching and fouling that one, and it's 0-2. So 6 strikeouts for Pepiot. Siri, Pinto, and then Diaz here against Canning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shot into center field. Trout back, reaching up to make the catch. The line drive out, 1 away. Rene Pinto makes his way to the plate against Canning. Fly ball to left. Ward looking for it and waiting. I'll tell you, he was not all that sure, and that last moment adjustment allowed him to make the catch anyway.
This roof can be tough. We talk about it all the time, especially with visiting teams. Can't find it. And then he's like, oh my, and gets back there. You know, we were talking about that down on the field yesterday with Richie Palacios, and he stressed the importance. You can't lose sight of that ball for a second, because it's really difficult to pick back up because it so matches the roof. Rubbed up baseball. This roof is not white, and these baseballs that they're getting, you know, hit out to them aren't pearls. So it can be difficult with these indoor facilities. Metrodome used to be really, really tough too, back in the aughts.
Oh yeah.
That's what it feels like. And see, there you go. You take a rubbed up baseball, it's about the same color.
Yeah, it's amazing to me when you look at that shot that more balls aren't lost, because they can blend quite easily. The right side down toward the bullpen. Look out, fellas. 2-1. Rays scored 2 runs in the first. That's been it. And pop fly to short center. Trout is there. 3 up, 3 down. 2-0 Rays.
Choose Winters and Yonker, and we will send an attorney to you. Let our aggressive attorneys represent you for your personal injury case. Our firm will send an attorney, not an investigator, legal assistant, or paralegal. Winters and Yonker.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now.
Get $5,000 total value on Silverado LTZ and High Country models when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Or during Chevy truck season, get as low as 0.9% financing in all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups.
See your local Chevy dealer. Spectre Mobile's new deal is so good it's a work of art.
Love the minimalism.
Yeah,
Unlimited mobile for $25 per line is a great price.
That's amazing.
Check this one out. $25 per line. That's less than what I'm paying.
Yeah, for new and existing customers.
Huh. That's bold.
Switch to Unlimited Plus for just $25 per line. Now with free anytime upgrade. Upgrade your phone as many times as you want any day of the month. It's unlimited phone upgrades free, only with Spectrum Mobile. Call 1-855-733-9892. Get the phone you want every season, every month, even every single day with new anytime upgrade.
That's spectacular.
Switch to Unlimited Plus for $25 per line with no contracts and upgrade your phone anytime as many times as you want for any reason. Only with Spectrum Mobile. Call 1-855-733-9892 or visit a Spectrum store.
Whoa.
Is this work of art moving you to switch to Spectrum?
Absolutely.
Well, let's get you signed up.
On to the 6th inning. Mike Trout about to lead off for the Los Angeles Angels. And that's pretty representative of his body of work.
But she's...
First pitch is down. Pepiot beginning to work his 3rd time through the lineup. He got Rendon on a fly ball to right to end the 5th. Now opens the 6th. Trout. That slider, 1-1. Two balls and a strike. Two. Fastball right there. Fourth start of the year for Pepiot. Now wide, full count. And ball 4. Fastball just missed up. And the leadoff man is on base. 3rd time in the 6 innings. The Angels have put the leadoff man aboard this afternoon. So far, so good for the Rays in that department. Here's Taylor Ward. That's a strike. Tapper, that's going to roll foul. Picked up by Pinto.
The fields, front lawns, and backyards of America. Bad boy.
So 2 strikes the count on Taylor Ward. Comes back to the plate. Ward 3 hits in last night's game. Drove in a run in game 2 and 2 runs batted in. 2 hits and a home run here on Monday. And he swings and misses. That's a big out right there after the leadoff walk to Trout.
Yeah, huge. This is a huge inning for Pepiot, and he gets that slider slash cutter hybrid right up there, top of the zone. Look at him beat him to the top side by an inch or 2. At 91 miles an hour, he jumped on that pitch, and you know he's not going to see this portion of the lineup again, and it's the most dangerous.
Trout takes off to throw down, and he steals it easily in head first. His 4th of the year in as many attempts.
He said he wanted to run more. Decent lead, but that high leg kick by Pepiot allows him to get to a full head of steam quickly, and he got in there easily.
Sano takes ball 2. Well, I'll tell you, Trout's pretty efficient in stealing the bag.
He knows matchups, you know. We talk about it all the time. It's not this simple, but it's close. You've got the pitcher's time to the plate, the catcher's average pop time to second, and what can you get there? And when the matchup is in your favor, you're going to go. And if it's close, you're going to try to get a better jump or maybe a little bit bigger of a lead. But he understands matchups, and he's good at picking.
He's headed to third. Throw down is high, and he's in there with a stolen base. The hurried throw by Pinto, and made a leaping reception down there. And there's the steal of third.
Well, and that's a smart baseball play. He wants to get to third here before this at-bat is over. He wants to get there with less than 2, so that even a productive out can drive him home. Rays are going to bring the infield in to try to cut that off. And Pepiot's also got the ability to go for a strikeout here, but that's why he picked when he did to get there.
Now 2-2 with the infield up. And that pitch in on Sano jammed, and he fouls it back.
I tell you, that's where you get the baseball IQ. Not only is he an unbelievable baseball player, but then when you have the smarts to go along with it, understanding situations, much more effective for him to steal that bag with 1 out than even with 2.
And it's upstairs, so a full count.
And look what else that's done because it's 1 out. Rays bring the infield in. Easier for Sano to be able to pop one through because your range is so limited when you're playing tight.
(3-2). The right side foul, slicing into the seats. Again, the 3-2 pitch. Lifted into right. Palacio is there to make the catch, trying to get into a good position. He uncorks the throw, but Trout will score standing up, and the Angels get on the board.
Well, that's Mike Trout being able to swipe second and get third with just 1 out on the board. And we talked about it, a productive out will get him home, and that's what Sano was able to do. So now it's just a 1-run lead.
Well, they score a run without a hit. The walk, the steal, again, a strikeout, and a sacrifice fly. Tice takes ball 1. Two walks given up by Pepiot twice. Tice was the other one. That was back in the 2nd inning. And now the leadoff walk in this inning by Trout. And Trout and the Angels turn it into a run. At the knees for a strike, 2-1. Makes 20 in this inning. 41 in the last 2 and 90 on the afternoon. And a big cut and miss. 2-2. Rays for the first time today get some action in the bullpen. Jared Clevenger, the left-hander. Pop fly toward left. Ramirez coming in toward the line and makes the catch. Left his feet to get there, but he makes the grab. A sliding catch to retire the side. A run for the Angels. Here's out number 3. They turn the leadoff walk into a run. Ryan Pepiot on the Rays lead 2-1.
Go! Go right now because the Rooms to Go store-wide mattress sale ends Monday. Don't miss this very special offer. Buy the Sealy Posturepedic, Therapedic, or Beauty Rest Select mattress in your choice of sizes for just $5.95. That's 3 great brands, any size, one low price. Twin, full, queen, even a king-size mattress, only $5.95. Plus, check out all our other great mattress buys. Hurry! The Rooms to Go store-wide mattress sale ends Monday.
There's something for everyone at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. From the Animal Lover to events for the social butterfly, like the Food and Wine Festival. Exotic, exhilarating, excitement for all. Save up to 50% on tickets, passes, and fun cards. Hurry, offering soon.
Recipe for a fun night? Spam musubi. With a side of friends. Sizzle, pork, and
No cash to close on your dream home? No problem. Zero down home loans are instantly easy. Available for first-time and non-first-time home buyers. Find your perfect home today. GTE Financial, the official credit union of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Well, hello there from our Rooms to Go lounge. It's time now for a trip down nostalgia lane for this week in Rays baseball.
On April 19th, 1998, the Devil Rays scored 3 runs in the 3rd and 3 more in the 6th inning, leading to a 6-0 triumph over the Angels. The win improved Tampa's record to 10-6, and they became the only Major League expansion team ever to be 4 games over 500 at any point in their inaugural season.
Dwayne, I just saw something I love, and I know it because I lived it and he lived with me. That was Albie Lopez on the mound.
Yes.
Yeah, that was Albie Lopez on the mound getting that deflected ground ball. That was my guy.
Yes.
If those walls could talk in the house we lived in, baby.
Fortunately, the first pitch is made, and it's wide. 1 ball, no strike.
I would know his pitching mechanics anywhere. In fact, how about this for a funny story? When I got drafted by the Angels, shortly after that, they invited me up to Cleveland Municipal Stadium.
It's a liner into center and a leadoff single. Richie Palacios is aboard.
They invited me up to Cleveland Municipal Stadium because they were in town playing the Indians. And so I came up there, I met Buck Rogers. You know, this was just at the beginning of the negotiating process. And pitching that night for Cleveland was a young call-up from Double-A named Albie Lopez. They called him right up from Canton.
There you go.
Yeah.
Quite an arm and then some.
Oh, boy. He could let it go.
Rosario. Tap third, charged by Rendon. Bare hand. The throw is going to be just in time. That was close. And Rosario thinks he might have beaten that one out. The Rays want to take a look.
Well, that's funny, too. Adam Beck, as soon as he made the call.
The field is out at first base. Tampa Bay has challenged.
Well, I hope we have a shot of Adam Beck. He makes the call out and then immediately looks into the Rays dugout. Like, do you want to challenge? And, of course, they do, and it looks like they might win this one. Another infield hit for the Rays. Stay tuned. He got there. He's safe.
Look at Rosario arriving at the bag. Foot is down.
There. Yes. Safe by the slimmest of margins. That's another infield hit for the Rays. They have the most in the American League. Rosario and Harold Ramirez kind of lead the way.
Slowed it down there.
The field is overturned. Runner is safe. Tampa Bay retains the challenge.
So the Rays have their first 2 men on. And how about that? Most infield hits. The Rays second to the Rangers.
Wow, Dwayne. I was reading, yeah. Why?
Well, the Angels have a big conference on the hill. Luis Garcia loosening in the bullpen. We saw him in the game on Tuesday. He also pitched in the opening game of the series Monday. Harold Ramirez. And the pitch is a strike.
I'm going to have to update my source, Dwayne. I'm going to have to update my source.
Okay.
Well, I read in the notes. We had, you know. The truck has us for more.
Okay.
Either way, it's been a big part of their offense.
Yes, it has, and there's a big cut by Ramirez, and it gives them a big opportunity here.
Without a doubt. The fact that the Angels were able to manufacture that run without the, without a hit and close the gap here. You've got the 2 runners on, nobody out.
Pickoff play at second, and back in with that right hand on the bag, Palacios. Renifo headed in there to cover the bag. And a chopper to third. Out at second, safe at first. And there will be men on the corners.
Yeah, that was just a slow developing play. The way that Ramirez, we've been watching him get up the first base line, there was no chance you were going to be able to turn that. You see how long that ball hung in the air. But right there, Harold is flying down that line. Kind of a soft toss, too, to Renifo.
Now it will be Jose Caballero. He has been hit by a pitch, struck out his first time, and Ron Washington is up and out of the dugout with an eye toward the bullpen. He's had Garcia loosening down there. And so Griffin Canning, after 5 1/3, will depart. Let's see if Washington makes this.
He's given Garcia a few more pitches.
Yes, there he is. So he's going to depart. Call of the bullpen brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
They say you can't have it all, but Cash Castle Bonus Play has a scratch off, a draw game, cash, a castle. It may not have it all, but I can't think of anything else I'd want. Cash Castle.
When I was 12 years old with cancer, I spent most of the year looking out a hospital window. All I wanted was to be outside. I owe the people at St. Jude everything because I am 17 years cancer-free. My marathon is for St. Jude and helping all those kids with cancer who just want to be kids again.
Okay, so you need to pick up the dog from the groomer, get the laundry. You finished the book for book club, right?
Book club. Of course I did. Yep. See you there, honey.
It was the best of times.
It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. The good physician of the Republic would deserve better still. Save him now, my doctor. Save him. His father.
When you have 537 pages to go, there's a wrap for that. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
2-1 ball game. Braves trying to increase their lead with Cash Castle bonus play. Gold Rush Legacy and Florida Lotto game tickets could win you a trip to a real Irish castle, plus a cash prize of up to $1 million. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly. First and third, one out. Luis Garcia, the new pitcher. Jose Caballero at the plate. And the first pitch, 97 in there for a strike. Garcia pitched 1 inning Tuesday. Finds that zone again at 97 for strike 2, 0-2.
But when you're able to take that kind of heat, put one on the outside corner, one on the inside corner, and you can see between the 2 and the 4-seamer, he's at 60% fastball, and then a slider, occasional split.
faced Caballero in the game on Monday. Caballero worked a full count, and then he got him on a ground ball. Caballero starting behind now, 1-2 the count. Fouls it. Austin Shenton is on deck. Check swing, foul ball. That's going to be a popper back into the seats. Palacios, the runner at third. Into the dirt, blocked. 2-2. Rays scored 2 runs in the first. The Angels manufacturing a run in the top of the 6th. A threat for the Rays in the bottom. And a ground ball headed to short. Out at second, and the throw to first. They're going to get the double play. 6-4-3, and the Rays do not score. They lead 2-1.
The time for a new Honda is here. Save thousands with 2.9% financing. Shop full Honda inventory now. Cars, SUVs, trucks, vans are all in stock. Get 2.9% financing. Search your local Honda dealer today.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
Get out and go, America, to the spring sales event at your local Ford dealer. Go start the job and finish it. Go land the big one. Don't miss low financing or big cash back on a large selection of Ford trucks, all designed to keep you going. Get out and go to the spring sales event today. Now extended for a limited time. Get 1.9% for 72 months on F-150. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Where'd you learn to serve?
Oh, I didn't serve, but if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served in the military, you can join USAA.
Yeah, my grandpa did, so I'm already in, but I was talking about your serve.
Oh.
USAA, for the military community.
There's always a fresh deal on the Subway app. How about BOGO 50% off footlong, like the irresistible Philly? What you gotta say, Clay?
There's nothing better than a...
Sorry, buddy. This deal is so big, we had to cut your screen time to fill it all in. Order now in the Subway app.
Now's the time. Drive a new Honda from $239 a month. Cars, SUVs, trucks, vans are all in stock. Drive KBB.com's best value brand now with payments from $239 a month. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Well, Ryan Pepiot's afternoon is over, and I'm going to tell you something right now. This guy is a dude. You could tell that he was not feeling completely comfortable out there on the mound this afternoon, but all he did was battle, and go 6 innings, get to 92 pitches, efficient, giving up just the 1 earned run. Had the 3 walks and 3 hits given up, but pitched around the vast majority of that. What an effort by Pepiot here this afternoon on a day that he did not feel his best.
Garrett Clevenger is the new pitcher for the Rays, the lefty, and with that, Hicks will pinch hit Ramoniak. Aaron Hicks batting from the right side here against the lefty, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. And a strike again. The Rays come into this 3-3 on the homestand, and Clevenger has 2 of those wins. And he makes quick work of Aaron Hicks. 8th strikeout for Rays pitching.
Did that ball just continue to climb right
Yes.
through the zone, or at least appear to from that camera shot?
It appeared to climb and run away from the right-handed bat.
I'll tell you, Clevenger's got outstanding stuff with life on him.
Refo trying to gear up for 95, fouls it back.
I can remember saying this even about Garrett Clevenger, early last year, before he got hurt, is the only time that he really gets into trouble is if he gets himself into trouble. When he's in and around the zone, that stuff plays big time.
And how about 97 down at the bottom of the zone?
Yeah, 97 at the patella tendon is very effective.
2 strikes here. Ground, shortstop, knocked down. Caballero picks it up, throws to first, and Renifo is out of there.
That knockdown actually turned. It was almost the same as the transfer if he would have scooped that cleanly. But how about the arm strength? You're not able to step into this throw, really. He just picks it up and throws it, and that is a BB.
Look at that. I mean, not even a contest at first.
Watch the trajectory of this throw. That's why. I mean, that thing came out hot.
2 up, 2 down. Nolan Shonowell. Lefty on lefty, and there's a first pitch strike. 96. And then he drops this one in. Oh, sweet.
He started that at him. I mean, he started that at him and broke it to the middle of the plate. That's what we're talking about, when his stuff. And when he's getting those pitches where he needs them, and he certainly is so far here in this outing, it is not a whole lot of fun for the hitters.
The 0-2. 2 strikes. He's got 2 runs in the first. The Angels are running the 6th. They're in the top of the 7th. Fastball a little wide. 2-2. Now we're going to go all the way out. Neto on deck. And he is out on strikes. It's a 1-2-3 seventh inning stretch, brought to you by your Suncoast Hyundai dealers.
With features you won't find on Honda CR-V, Nissan Rogue, or Toyota RAV4, the Hyundai Tucson puts the other guys in their place. Namely, the rearview mirror. Only a Tucson compares to a Tucson. Lease a Tucson for $209 a month, or get 3.79% APR for 72 months, or $2,000 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Fine-tune your auto repair experience at Maurer Repair in Rockledge. We offer quality auto repairs from ASE certified mechanics backed by years of experience. Whether you're coming in for a routine inspection or auto repair, we promise that you will be completely satisfied with our services and competitive prices. At Maurer Repair, we treat every vehicle as their own, with a complimentary car wash after each service to make sure your car not only runs right, but is also sparkling clean. Family owned, fine-tuned. Maurer Repair in Rockledge.
Rays Baseball is on Bally Sports.
That baby's gone. Home run for Brandon Lau.
Rays Baseball only on Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app.
If Rays pitchers strike out 10 batters during a home game, go to any Canes Furniture store within 5 days. Receive a Tijuana Flats coupon. Visit CanesStrikeout.com. Bottom of inning 7. Weston Shinton takes strike 1. Luis Garcia got a double play ball in the 6th inning. Starting the 7th and is quickly ahead 0-2. Maton up in the bullpen. Aaron Hicks, after pinch hitting, stays on to play right. Pitch biting down and in, and Shinton is out on strikes.
I mean, that ball disappeared. That swing started by Shenton thinking that he's going to be able to get to this pitch, and it just dive bombs right out of the zone. And that's what, there's the split and all that lack of spin, and it just gets yanked to the ground.
There's Meade. Strike 1. 0 for 2 on the day for Meade, who's playing third base. And a foul ball coming straight back over the screen, out of play. The Rays got those 2 runs in the first. Demand in scoring position in the 3rd. Demanded 3rd in the 6th. Wave and miss, and Meade is out on strikes.
Well, let's go back to the big story and pay this baby off. Jack Leiter making his major league debut against the Detroit Tigers, who, by the way, will be in town next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And there have been a lot of runs put on the board in this ball game. It's 7-7 now in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jack Leiter went 3 2/3, giving up 7 earned.
Jose Siri bounce with the bases empty and a big swing and miss. Strike 1. Stop into the glove of Neto. And it's a 1-2-3-7. On to inning 8. 2-1 Rays.
It doesn't get easier than this. Buy more, save more. This week only at Canes. Save $100 when you spend over $1,000. $200 when you spend over $2,000. And $500 when you spend over $3,000. Zip, zilch, zero interest until April 2027. Buy more, save more. Up to $500 more. That's easy money. Hurry in now through Monday. Only at Canes Furniture.
With Gold Rush Legacy and Florida Lotto, it's not whether you win or lose, but how you play the game. Plus, you could win a trip to a really cool castle in Ireland.
Cash Castle.
They say you can't have it all, but Cash Castle Bonus Play has a scratch-off, a draw game, cash, a castle. It may not have it all, but I can't think of anything else I'd want.
Cash Castle.
Wrong turn? No sweat. With best-in-class fuel economy and 5 drive modes, virtually no road is out of bounds.
Drive the new 2024 Nissan Rogue.
Get a low $329 per month lease or get 2.9% APR financing for 36 months on the 2024 Nissan Rogue.
What do you need? I got you.
Base hit off the breaking pitch. Siri comes through.
I give you now, but I can give you more.
Well, the Rays will be heading to New York to take on Aaron Judge and the New York Yankees. That series begins tomorrow night. We'll be with you at 6:30. Rays starting the day 3 games behind the New York Yankees in the tough American League East. Well, we go to the 8th inning of this game. Phil Maton is pitcher number 3 for the Rays. Zach Neto taking the first pitch, a breaking ball outside, and there's a strike, 1-1. Pepiot for 6, Clevenger for 1. And now Maton. A breaking ball. 1-2. There's the breakout among the curveball, the 4-seamer, and the sweeper.
Likes to spin it.
2-seamer, yep.
Likes to spin it. There's no question about that.
And a wave and miss. So he got him on the curveball.
Well, let's take a look at the matchups as the team heads to New York after this ball game. And boy, you've got some good ones coming up. Clark Schmidt against TBD. No surprise there. Zach Eflin and Aaron Savali, opening day starter, number 2 guy, going up against Nasty Nestor and Luis Heel.
Always fun. And the Bronx.
Yeah, there's just something about, you know, the blood gets, it flows a little faster.
Matt Moore, the former Ray, is up in the bullpen.
You know what I'm looking forward to? Bobby Anderson.
Oh, yes. Part of the crew up there.
Always full of stories, nonsense.
1. Need a little of both to get by. Stories and nonsense. Sometimes they're one and the same.
They.
2-1 pitch. Strike. Breaking in there. I should say sweeping in there.
Well, yeah, and again, we saw that breakout between the curveball, the sweeper. I mean, he loves to spin that breaking ball. He uses it almost 70% of the time. And then we'll surprise you with that. You know, 87 right there, and Rendon was late. How often is a hitter late on 87? But he got lulled to sleep with the off-speed stuff, and then you pop that fastball top of the zone. Do you do it again, or you go right back to something that hooks?
And to right, that ball's going to fall for a base hit. Came back with the hard stuff.
He did, and it was down. And that allowed Rendon just to flip it to right field. Just be quick with the stick. He didn't try to beat him up with it. That ball ends up being down. And look at him just go down and smack it into right field. No stride whatsoever. Just recognize and hands.
1 on, 1 out. Kyle Snyder spending some time on the mound with the Rays battery. Get in on the action with exclusive on-field seating. That would be in the Papa John's bullpen box. Reserve the Papa John's bullpen box by email. Email groupsales@raysbaseball.com. Well, the visit concluded. Mike Trout will be the hitter. Trout homered off Maton in the game in the 8th inning on Monday.
For
2 with a walk and a run scored today, and a big cut and miss. Four-seamer to start him. And a big uppercut swing on that pitch. And a fly ball into center. That's catchable. Grabbed by Siri. Stayed away from the breaking stuff here.
But didn't stay away from catching a lot of the plate. And you know what? That ball got popped into the air. Siri.
I mean, he's just taking a walk in the park and catching a fly ball off the bat of Mike Trout.
I mean, I'll never get used to it. I never get used to it. He scares me sometimes.
Ward, which is wide, one ball, no strikes.
We've seen it hundreds of times, and he puts it away.
1-1 there.
You know, when you see Maton using his fastball like he's starting to use it here a little bit more frequently, that's pitching backwards to him. You know, usually for most guys it's the breaking ball leading to the fastball. He's attacking with the fastball. A lot of these hitters may be sitting on that.
And there's a high fly ball toward the line and left. Ramirez on the run. He is there, had enough hang time, and Harold runs under it for out number 3. 2-1.
If you always wanted a sleeper sofa, shop Rooms to Go now through Monday. Start with a great-looking sofa at a great price. Then add a sleeper to the sofa for an extra $199. There are dozens of fabulous styles, colors, and fabrics to choose from. Buy your favorite sofa, then upgrade it. Add the versatility and function of a comfortable sleeper for an extra $199. $199. Just hurry. The Rooms to Go sleep sale ends Monday.
Over the last 190 years, a lot has changed.
But at Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, we're still focused on one thing: brewing darn good beer.
Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America.
Lowe's knows there's nothing like the thrill of finding the best deal. That's why we've got Doorbusters this Springfest, happening now while supplies last. Shop Springfest Doorbusters before they're gone.
Hurry into your local Acura dealer for the Spring Into Performance event going on now.
What do you need? I got you.
Base hit off the breaking pitch. Siri comes through.
I'll give you now, but I can give you more.
You're watching Bally Sports.
Well, the Rays lead this ball game 2-1 as we head into the home half of the 8th inning here at Tropicana Field. Let's go all the way back to the first inning, and it was a quick start by the Rays offense. Ahmed Rosario, we take a look at our T-Mobile coverage cam. He covers a lot of ground on that shot down into the corner. That ball up and away. Triple scored the first run. Rosario over there at third base. And he has, I'll tell you, he has really done, you know, we talk about his infield hits, won the game a couple nights ago on an infield hit. The extra base hit, spraying the ball to all fields.
Well, Matt Moore in the ball game now. Rene Pinto taking a swing at that first pitch. Strike one. Matt, former Ray. There's a fly ball. Right center field. Hicks, just as he approached the track, makes that grab. One gone. Take a look at the pitch selection from Matt Moore.
Well, that fat four-seamer, he loves that. 57% top of the zone. Good changeup and that knuckle curve.
A strike to Yandy Diaz. That came up through the Rays farm system. Debuted in 2011. One. Yandy had a hit back in the third after an extended at bat. O'Shea up in the bullpen. Down to third, knocked down back of the bag, but no play. And Yandy is aboard. Well, Rendon managed to knock it down, but that was it.
Infield hit. I'm not going to give you the number because apparently I don't know what I'm talking about. But I just know that was an infield hit.
Hit's a hit.
It is.
Runner at first with only one out now.
Well, and the Rays would like to create a little bit of breathing room here. I mean, this has been a tight game, even 2-0. It just been sitting there, and then you had the run scored by Mike Trout after stealing a couple bases, cut it to 2-1, and
well, now Randy Arozarena will come on to bat against the left-hander. Randy's right-handed bat against Moore, and he takes a big cut. Strike one.
Boy, with that changeup, you're taking advantage of a hitter coming out looking to try to make a big impact, and you use that aggressiveness against him with the change.
Randy had a hit up the right side last night to drive in a run, and is under this one, popping it into short left. Out goes Neto from shortstop. 2 gone.
Cash Castle bonus play has a scratch off, a draw game, a castle. I can't think of anything else I'd want.
Rosario with a triple and a run scored and a run batted in. Also had a base hit in the 6th. 2 for 3 on the day. Moore gets the first pitch strike in there. It's fouled back. But after the fastball, finds himself behind Moore 0-2. Big year 2013, an all-star, 17-4. Pitching for the Rays. A swing and miss. He gets the strikeout of Rosario, and the Rays will leave a man on in the 8th. We go to the 9th. 2-1 Rays.
Who just picked up Buffalo Wild Wings Go? The Hankster! Hank! What?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go.
Yeah, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go. Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs.
Okay, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go delivered. But did he get 6 free wings?
Yeah.
No!
Spam. Don't knock it till you've fried it. Sizzle, pork, and mmm.
Spectrum Advanced Wi-Fi gives you more security and control over your home's network. Use the My Spectrum app to set up your Wi-Fi network name and password. Manage the devices on your network with the ability to see what's connected with Wi-Fi and rename devices to easily identify them for next time. Even control and schedule network access, so your network is only available to select devices when you want with Spectrum Advanced Wi-Fi.
Fine-tune your auto repair experience at Maurer Repair in Rockledge. We offer quality auto repairs from ASE certified mechanics backed by years of experience. Whether you're coming in for a routine inspection or auto repair, we promise that you will be completely satisfied with our services and competitive prices. At Maurer Repair, we treat every vehicle as their own with a complimentary car wash after each service to make sure your car not only runs right, but is also sparkling clean. Family owned, fine-tuned. Maurer Repair in Rockledge.
Well, we're heading into the top of the ninth inning. The Rays still leading this one 2-1. It's been all about the pitching. You know, the Rays were able to get to Griffin Canning for 2 quick runs, but then he settled in, pitched into the 6th inning, 4 strikeouts and a walk. Mike Trout, of course, affecting the game on their side. When doesn't he against the Rays? Ryan Pepiot, what an effort. What an effort to go out there today. Battled through 6 innings, giving up just a 1 earned run. Ahmed Rosario continues his hot hitting ways. And right now, the Rays, by the slimmest of margins, lead this game by 1, and Colin Poche be taking them out here to try to get the last 3 outs.
Well, the Rays hold this 2-1 lead. Rich and Doug along with Rays Live, the post game, coming up immediately following our game coverage. And the first pitch from Poche out towards short. And Caballero cannot find a handle after he knocked it down. That's a base hit by Sano.
Well, Caballero there initially, you're just trying to protect yourself. This ball shot right at you off the bat of Sano, and then he's going to get such a tough hop, and just couldn't come up with it. And boy, that is a tough play right there. He's trying to recover and make something happen with Sano, not the fleetest foot up the line, but.
Well, Logan O'Hoppy's going to bat in the place of Tice. Pitch is a strike. Robbie had a single in the game last night, was 1 for 5 with a run scored. Homered in Tuesday's game. This pitch into the dirt. 1-1. Colin Poche, the 4th Rays pitcher. Pepiot for 6. Clevenger 1, Maton 1. Fly ball into right. Ramirez is there, and he makes the catch for the out. Carroll moving over from left with Rosarena in left now. Randy in left. Siri still in center, and Ramirez in right. Aaron Hicks entered the game as a pinch hitter in the 7th. Strike 1 on the swing and miss. Roller foul. Slider right there, 0-2. Was in the game on Tuesday. First scoreless inning. Into the dirt, blocked.
Well, those become such huge plays for that guy behind the dish. In this case, Rene Pinto. That breaking ball well short, and you've got that runner on first trying to keep him from moving up into scoring position. Gets right over top of it and keeps it right directly in front. That's an outstanding job of body positioning there by the Rays catcher.
Swing and miss on the fastball. Well, and Hicks trying to catch up there.
3 straight breaking balls, and then he comes upstairs, and not only that, he crowds him with 93.
Well, now with 2 outs, Sano will be lifted at first, and Adele's going to run.
My only question is, why are they waiting? Why did that not happen as soon as Sano touched first base?
Luis Renifo at the plate. And a ground ball right side, and that's going to get by Rosario heading into center. And Adele advances to second and stops there. A little bit of a semi hesitation in right center between Ramirez and Siri, but Siri got over there to make the pickup.
Well, I think there was some hesitation out at second base by Joe Adele. I firmly believe that he was going to be at third base as that ball got into the outfield. Wasn't that sharply hit. And let's see, Joe Adell coming around. Yeah, that just got all crossed up there. He was planning on going to third, thought that that's where he would be, but a little misstep out there at second.
So it's first and second. Brandon Drury. Fairbanks down there in the Rays bullpen looking on as Poche is out here in the ninth inning with 2 men on and 2 men out. And Shadowell will be lifted for Drury. He's had a little hamstring issue that has curtailed his action. And the veteran right-handed bat will come to the plate. Rays finished with their mound conference. A couple hits here in the ninth inning. 2 men on, 2 men out, first and second. And Drury swinging coming off the bench, fouls it. Drury last year for the Angels hit 26 home runs. A little over 260. Upstairs. It's a 1-1 count. Down to the wire here in the ninth. And that is strike 2. He missed the slider. 1-2.
Well, here it is up at the top of the zone. And again, that swing ducking the pitch. 1 out away, 1 pitch away perhaps.
O'Shea trying to get it done here. And a ground ball to third into the glove of Meade. He goes to second for the force, and the Rays win it. Fielder's choice ground ball to third ends it, and the Rays win this one 2-1. To go to 11-9 on the year. And there are the totals. 2 men left on in the ninth inning for Los Angeles, and the Rays earn a split in this series, and they win the season series from the Angels.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at our Chevy plays of the game, and it is the final out. Nice job by Meade ranging to his left and then getting that throw over there accurately to call this one a day. I'll tell you, you think about the Rays got off to a quick start offensively, and Griffin Canning's been struggling here for the Angels, so you thought maybe they could put together a big-time day offensively, but those 2 would be the only one they got. It was the Rays pitching that allowed it to hold up. Pepiot was 6 strong, and then that bullpen closed it out.
Well, you got to give Pepiot a lot of credit for this one. We'll be back with the totals in a moment.
There's something for everyone at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. For the animal lover. For the wild child. Seasonal events for the social butterfly, like the Food and Wine Festival. For the stargazer. Save up to 50% on tickets, passes, and fun cards. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Okay, so you need to pick up the dog from the groomer, get the laundry, and you finish the book for book club, right?
Book club? Of course I did. Yep. See you there, honey.
It was the best of times.
It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. But the good physician of the Republic would deserve better still. Save him now, my doctor. Save him. It is our father.
When you have 537 pages to go, there's a RAV for that. Lease a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 LE for just $329 a month for 36 months. Toyota, let's go places.
With features you won't find on Honda CR-V, Nissan Rogue, or Toyota RAV4, the Hyundai Tucson puts the other guys in their place. Namely, the rear view mirror. Only at Tucson, compares to a Tucson. Lease a Tucson for $209 a month or get 3.79% APR for 72 months or $2,000 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Go right now because the Rooms to Go store-wide mattress sale ends Monday. Don't miss this very special offer. Buy the Sealy Posturepedic, Therapedic, or Beauty Rest Select mattress in your choice of sizes for just $5.95. That's 3 great brands, any size, one low price. Twin, full, queen, even a king-size mattress, only $5.95. Plus, check out all our other great mattress buys. Hurry, the Rooms to Go store-wide mattress sale ends Monday.
Rays win it 2-1. Here are the totals: 2-5-1, 3 left for the Rays, 1-6-0, 7 left for the Angels. Pepiot the winner, Canning the loser. A save for Poche. It took 2 hours and 15 minutes to play this one. For Brian Anderson and the rest of our crew, Dwayne Stats, hope you've enjoyed the telecast. Rays Live, the postgame comes your way next. We'll see you tomorrow night from the Bronx when the Yankees open their series against the New York Yankees.
Get one free Arby's sandwich every week in April, online only. And see for yourself that Arby's sells more than roast beef. Spoiler alert, Arby's does. Arby's, we have the meat.
If you always wanted a sleeper sofa, shop Rooms to Go now through Monday. Start with a great-looking sofa at a great price. Then add a sleeper to the sofa for an extra $199. There are dozens of fabulous styles, colors, and fabrics to choose from. Buy your favorite sofa, then upgrade it. Add the versatility and function of a comfortable sleeper for an extra $199. $199. Just hurry. The Rooms to Go sleep sale ends Monday.
Marathon, nice to meet you. I'm running Boston to make sure childbirth is safe for all moms everywhere. I'm one of thousands of runners running to beat things bigger than the clock. To help more kids outrun cancer, help amputees walk again, and maybe even run. Thousands of runners, thousands of reasons to run. Find a runner, help a cause. Give if you can.
They say you can't have it all, but Cash Castle Bonus Play has a scratch-off, a draw game, cash, a castle. It may not have it all, but I can't think of anything else I'd want.
Cash Castle. Get out and go, America, to the spring sales event at your local Ford dealer. Bring the whole crew and hit the road. Go off-road or take the back roads. Don't miss low finance or your big cash back on a large selection of Ford SUVs, all designed to keep you going. Get out and go to the spring sales event today. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 cash back on Ford Explorer. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Welcome into a victorious edition of Rays Live, the postgame, brought to you by Advent Health. Doug Wechter's going to be joining me at the set in just a second, but we're joined by the winning pitcher for today's game, Ryan Pepiot. Ryan, congrats on the win. What's it like for you when your team scores you 2 runs before you even think about it after the first inning's over?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. You get a little run support early, and all your job as a starting pitcher is just keep the guys in the ballgame. So they give me a little run support early. It just makes it a lot easier to go out there and attack the zone.
I know you've been saying this. Kevin Cash has been saying this. There are a lot of positives to take away, regardless of the outcome of your start so far this season. What was working best for you this afternoon?
Today we just mixed it up a little bit. Threw a lot of sliders, and then mixing the fastball and changeup. So, trying to keep them off balance and then get some early quick outs, and we got a few of those today.
So you went 6 strong. That matches your season high, and then you hand it over to a bullpen. They go the final 3, shut out baseball. What's it like to watch that?
No, we got some electric guys in the bullpen. It's fun to watch. You get in there and you watch see the stuff on TV and how crazy the ball moves when some of the ways they throw. But it's a great feeling when you can hand over a lead to the guys in the bullpen, and I know they're gonna hold it down.
92 pitches for the winning pitcher today, Ryan Pepiot. Thanks for joining us on the postgame show.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, we'll be back with more. Kevin Cash's full press conference coming up, interviews from the clubhouse, and we'll go over the Rays' victory over the Angels, another one-run affair. We're back right after this.
How far can the human spirit take you? One more step? A few feet? All the way across the line this time? Back to feeling whole. Get back where you belong with national leaders in orthopedic care. Advent Health, official champion of the human spirit.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order.
Scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Okay, so you need to pick up the dog from the groomer, get the laundry, and you finish the book for book club, right?
Book club. Of course I did. Yep. See you there, honey.
It was the best of times.
It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. The good position of the Republic would deserve better still. Save him now, my doctor. Save him. It is our father.
When you have 537 pages to go, there's a RAV for that. Lease a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 LE for just $329 a month for 36 months. Toyota, let's go places.
With Spring Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, patio season is all about saving. Whether you're saving a seat, saving some time, or saving room for more, it's easy to spring your way at the Home Depot.
This is not just a stop for allergy meds. This is a great price on what you need to survive the season.
Quick question.
Backed by an expert.
Okay.
This is value. Right in your neighborhood.
Thanks so much.
Walgreens.
Carol, look. Marry me, carrot? What?
Found a sale on skywriting? Important things aren't worth compromising. At Farmers, we offer both quality insurance and great savings. Quick, show her the other carrots.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Rays Live, the postgame show on Bally Sports, is presented by Advent Health, the official champion of the human spirit. Learn more at adventhealth.com. By City Furniture, trends you want, prices you'll love. And by GTE Financial. Back at the desk with Doug Wechter. Doug, I am partially colorblind and it's daytime, but
it's
I'm
orange.
pretty sure that's a tinge of orange.
Yes,
because
it's orange, Richie.
the Rays win. They improved to 11-9 with a 2-1 win over the Angels. Welcome back to the Advent Health post-game show alongside Doug Wechter, as promised. I'm Rich Hollenberg.
Good hustle.
Thank
Good hustle, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
Not even sweating.
My sprint speed was not what it used to be.
Not very good.
Let's talk about this win because it was another close game. Third straight one-run game with these Los Angeles Angels. The Rays now improved to 7-1 in games decided by 2 runs or less. What does that tell you about this team?
Well, let's go back to the word resilient, right? The offense continues to go out there and do enough to get the W and put the team into position to get the win. But how about the bullpen? The bullpen did such a good job today locking that down, and it goes back to the starting pitcher as well, Ryan Pepiot. Great job of setting the tone today. So really a team win. I think it was a team effort going out there today and getting this victory and splitting the series with Anaheim.
Run prevention was certainly the premium today. We'll get to the bullpen in just a second. Let's start with our Advent Health highlights. You heard from him on the postgame show. Now let's see why he got that postgame interview. Another win for Ryan Pepiot.
Man, he looks so good, so sharp. We talked about a young 26-year-old. He's going to have some ups and downs in the major leagues. Well, this was definitely an up. Just a fantastic outing, fantastic job of pounding the strike zone. Went out there 70% first pitch strikes. League average is around 60%, so he was ahead of just about everyone when he went out. And he was throwing everything first strike. The slider was outstanding today. Typically, his best off-speed pitch is his changeup. The slider went out there. He had 4 punch-outs on the slider alone, 7 punch-outs total. So really good job of Ryan Pepiot going out there and attacking the zone. Another thing he did very well, he generated 17 swing and misses. That's a lot of whiffs, around a 30% whiff rate for Pepiot. And so he's getting a lot of swing and miss. He's attacking the strike zone, getting ahead of these hitters. hitters, that is all equaling a recipe for success.
That is our StatCast powered by Google Cloud. You saw all the strikeouts, and take a look at the performances. He is a bounce-back specialist, but again, you talk to him, you talk to Kevin Cash, they say there are lots of positives in each of his first 4 starts.
And I agree. I mean, you can tell if the ball's coming out of your hand well, if you're throwing the ball well. Sometimes the results, at least the numbers and the lines, don't look real good, but that doesn't mean you didn't throw the ball well. So you can come out of certain starts, and even if you take the loss, you can feel good about the outing, although the outcome wasn't where you want it. Now we see one where the outing and the outcome all lined up, and it was just the Ryan Pepiot that was promised when he came over. All that potential that he has, you're seeing it play out in front of you. It's just getting it out there on a consistent level, and when you do, this is going to be a top of the rotation type of arm.
6 innings in 3 of his 4 starts, 90-plus pitches in 3 of his 4 starts. And then he hands the ball to the bullpen, and you go Clevenger, Maton, Poche. Not exactly how you would imagine it or draw it up, but they threw shutout baseball.
Listen, they did a great job. Went out there and just throwing up zeros. You know, Clevenger, he always has that swing and miss. He's got some nasty stuff coming from that left side. Good movement to it. And then behind him, Maton, the last couple outings have been very good. You see him with the break and the action to the pitch. He's not going to overpower you with the fastball. Instead, it's going to be that breaking ball. And then Poche coming in for the save. Just a really good job of blocking that down. Did have a couple runners on base, but was able to navigate around that. Got the final out. Curtis Meade right there throwing it successfully to Rosario, and then the winners get to shake some hands and celebrate on the field before that trip to New York. Great job by the bullpen.
We'll be talking about that trip to New York coming up a little bit later on the postgame show, but the most important number are the ones in the middle that are highlighted. Yep. Zeros across the board.
Yeah, that and the walks. 0 walks. So you're not putting traffic on the bases. Because you don't put traffic on the bases, you limit the opportunities to go out there and cause any kind of damage. We got to get Maton to smile. He had a great outing. We got to get him to smile.
It's called a game face.
It was a game face. It was a good game face.
Yeah. Let's move on to the offense. Not a lot to talk about in a 2-1 ball game, but Ahmed Rosario is now establishing himself as one of the hottest hitters, not only in this team, but in all of baseball right now, riding a 10-game hitting streak. He's our good Greek move of the game.
And I think it's sustainable. You know, maybe he won't hit 400, but it is sustainable for him to go out there and create hard contact consistently, and I think it goes back to his swing. His swing is a very level, old-school approach. Goes out there and tries to create backspin by having a level swing, and he's been doing it all season long. We talked about it, and we broke it down in the pregame show. Only around a 4 to a 6 degree launch angle, which means he's not trying to scoop underneath the ball. He's just trying to go gap to gap with power shots, and it's been working really, really well. Last 10 games, 409 average. The extra base hits are there. The triple, the single today with that strong RBI. Boy, what an impact this young man has made.
Drove in the first run of the game, and obviously in a 2-1 game, that's really valuable. Doug,
he
you
drove
said
in half
400.
the runs, Richie.
Yeah, you sold him short by a few points.
Did I?
409 in the course of this 10-game hit streak. And interesting to note, he's hitting .368 this season in day games. The only reason I bring this up is because they're going to Yankee Stadium on Friday. They play a night game followed by not 1 but 2 day games in the Bronx.
Yep.
Another good sign, another multi-hit game for the leadoff hitter, Yandy Diaz.
You know, yesterday, B.A. said it on the telecast, and he said it perfectly. He's starting to thaw out, right? Started real slow in his first 18 games, hitting under 200. Now you're seeing it back-to-back nights. He's got multiple hits. There you go, right here. He was able to go pull side multiple times. And remember, before last year, he wasn't really going pull side. Now if we're seeing him go up the middle, going pull side, using the entire field, that's the Yandy Diaz we got used to, and that's the one we're hoping can continue throughout this year, because if he's rolling, then the rest of this lineup will follow suit.
Join Papa Rewards and earn free food. Get points with every order. Score members-only specials and deals. Sign up today at papajohns.com. Here's your Papa John's box score. We just talked about Yandy. He has hits in 5 of his last 6 games, and now back-to-back multi-hit efforts. Richie Palacios continues to contribute. .333 in his last 8 home games, and he also loves hitting in day games, so we'll see if that carries over to the Bronx. And how about Harold Ramirez? 6 RBIs in his last 4 games.
Well, he's just finding ways to be productive, right? He's not gotten he didn't get a hit today, but he did get that sacrifice fly, and that's a big deal. I mean, he knows how to go out there and drive in runs, and he just has a knack for it. And Harold Ramirez, again, he's doing it in such a unique fashion. He's only walked 1 time this entire season, which is crazy when you think about it, because he's essentially become a free swinger, but he's still, even if the pitch is outside the zone, making contact somehow, and he's being productive.
Rays end up winning the season series from the Angels 4 games to 3. So that means we will not see Mike Trout for the rest of this regular season, at least. Let's take a look at his final game 4. Some were surprised that he played in this game, but he played and contributed.
Some, as in Richie Hollenberg, were very surprised he was in the lineup, but good for him going out there, playing a day game and making an impact. Of course, he goes out there and he takes a walk, and then initially 2 quick stolen bases, his 4th and 5th of the season. You see the speed from the big fella, and then the speed comes in play right here with the sacrifice fly, and that becomes the only run that the Angels were able to play today. But again, Mike Trout, you still got that leg speed. He's 32 years old, Richie, and look at that sprint speed. 29 feet per second. This one, 28.8 feet per second.
I mean, that's a tick below elite, right?
Yeah, it is.
30 is elite.
It is, and it's incredible that, you know, as old as he is, and I say he's old, he's still only 32, but, you know, he has gone through some injuries here recently, but now that he's fully healthy, it shows you if he's healthy, he's still one of the best players in the league by far.
Yeah, they call 30 feet per second a bolt. That's kind of like the best speed you could get when you hit full stride. Jose Siri is one of those. You're running the base paths and running in the outfield. You're talking about Mike Trout, who's probably got 20 or 30 pounds on Jose Siri, still able to motor that fast.
He looks like a middle linebacker when you walk up next to him and shake his hand. He's like, oh my gosh, this guy is enormous. Then you realize the speed he has. That's why he's good in the outfield. That's why he's a former Gold Glove winner. He can go out there and he can track balls down. He's got the speed to catch up to any fly ball in the gap. Then you see him on the bases. I mean, it's incredible that this guy is still doing all these things and at the age he's at.
Bye, Mike.
Bye, Mike.
Good to see you.
See you, man. Go put up highlights against some other team.
Right. Let's talk. We talked pitching. We talked offense. Let's talk a little bit about defense. You're your insurance attorney. Defensive play of the game. Randy Rosarena got the day off. So that means Harold Ramirez is playing in left field, and boy, did he turn in a gem.
I thought you were going to say Randy Rosarena got the play of the game. I was like, oh, I didn't see that one. But Harold Ramirez did. He was excellent going out there, and you see him catching this, going out and just judging that perfectly on the slide. Not an easy catch to make. Harold does a good job of coming in on that. Of course, Ryan Pepiot is going to be very happy about that. Pitcher's going to love that defensive effort.
Yeah, and Harold talked about losing some pounds in the offseason.
What was his line? What was his line? He said, that's what happens.
You run faster when you're not fat.
Love that guy.
Makes it very simple, Harold Ramirez.
Love that guy.
Let's go inside the home clubhouse and hear from victorious manager Kevin Cash.
6 strong innings from Pepiot, not really a lot of damage. Just what did you see him doing so well?
Pretty strong performance. You know, I don't think he felt that well going into the game. It's amazing how sometimes, you know, people find out they got that extra gear, and he certainly put it in. Look, what he's done is this 4 starts now. Pretty impressive, really impressive. I mean, we couldn't ask for much more. You take away the first inning of his season, and even with that, he's just putting up really good numbers, throwing strikes at a high clip, getting his strikeouts, mixing his pitches well, and limited a team that, you know, has swung the bats well against us.
2 runs in the first inning. Seems like Rosario's kind of been the guy coming through with big hits for you.
He certainly is. Seeing the ball well. I mean, he's kind of that guy in the lineup that you want up there right now. If you can hand-pick somebody to be up there with guys on base, he's giving good at-bats and hitting balls hard and hitting balls soft that we're finding hits.
Poche in the 9th, was that an issue of availability with Pete?
Yeah. Who you saw pitch today were the ones that were up. After that, we had, you know, Jacob there for coverage, but that's how we were lined up. Obviously, the bullpen has been pretty well used and taxed, so felt like we needed to back off a couple guys today. But those guys, Clevenger was awesome. Phil, good to see him come in there and get 3 outs, and then Poche settled a situation after the leadoff single. So nice, really nice job by those guys.
What was the difference for Matan?
You know, I think what we've started to see early on in the season, the breaking balls were not breaking like kind of his MO throughout his career. then they started breaking, but the command wasn't there. The shape was right, but he just couldn't land them. Now we're starting to see maybe the ability to, or today we saw that he was throwing them where he wanted to. You know, I don't think he's fooling anybody. They all know that big sweeper is coming, but he's getting ahead with it and then getting them to expand once he's established it in the zone.
The defense did its job too, especially that 3-6-1, I think, in the 4th inning after the Sano walk.
Yeah, nice play by Shenton there. I mean, he's worked hard over there. I mean, for not getting a ton of reps, it's just the way it goes right now. But that was a huge play by Pepiot to get over there and Cabby to give him a good throw. Everybody had to do their part. They did with Moniak coming down the line.
When you got Rosario, did you have any idea he could contribute this kind of offense for you guys?
I think so. I mean, he's been there, done it with the Guardians for 6 years, and just knowing Tito and talking to him about the type of player he is, the type of hitter he is, he's very bat to ball. I mean, similar profile to Harold in so many ways. And when those guys, start seeing the ball well, they can beat you to all fields. He's a tough guy to defend.
Harold made some good running grabs today. Is that his new fitness?
I don't know. I'll ask him. That's a very good question. But, he was moving good on the bases 4 nights ago, and now he's taking it out into the outfield. But, look, we have our, defense that we generally go with, but to be able to plug him out there and make the nice plays that he did today is a huge benefit for us.
When you said Pepiot wasn't feeling that good coming in, is there something he said early on or just something about the way he looked that gave you that indication?
He was throwing up before the game.
Yeah. That would indicate, yeah.
Yeah. Don't get too close to him when you go interview him. Good to know.
Did he say he still wanted to go out there even though he felt sick?
He didn't have a choice. He was pitching regardless.
Kevin, the last road trip went pretty well. What are you going to have to do this weekend in New York to continue that?
Well, I mean, look, they're playing really good baseball, without a doubt. They're a talented team, as they are every year. Feels like we go up there, we've got a lot of back and forth with them. It'll be exciting to get in that atmosphere and play. I believe they're division lead right now, I think, as we stand.
Everybody good?
That was your manager, Kevin Cash, in the wake of a 2-1 Rays win over the Angels. They split the series 2-2, but take the season series 4-3. Again, we talked already about this bullpen, but knowing what Kevin Cash just told the media, that everybody who pitched were the pitchers who were available. What's going through Colin Poche's mind as he's sitting there in the bullpen waiting for his name to get called?
Well, you're available and you know who's not available, so you know how it's going to line up. So you're ready. But also, I mean, they've trained these guys to know that you're going to be in tight situations. Maybe you're going to be in the 9th inning. Sometimes you're in the 8th inning. We might need you in the 5th inning. It doesn't matter. These guys are in high leverage situations, so they're used to going in at any capability and at any point in the game. So, with Poche, I'm sure he was expecting to be late in the game. They were hoping that maybe there was more than 1 run cushion. But the fact is, he just goes in there and he's able to get the job done. It was a great job by Colin attacking the strike zone. And even when people get on base in a 1-run game, in the tightest situation possible, he's able to come through.
Colin Poche's used to getting wins, not saves.
How
but he
about
got a save today. Let's hear from the Rays reliever in the clubhouse.
Colin, understanding availability was a little bit thin out there in the bullpen. How do you feel about the way you pitched and the way the guys came together?
I mean, anytime we can get the win is what it's all about. We're going to rely on our big guys in the bullpen, and when they're not available, we're going to next man up. And I feel like really everyone down there is capable of getting the job done. Clevenger came in, looked great. Phil came in, looked awesome, and it all started with Pepiot. He looked in control and confident and comfortable from the beginning, so that really set the tone.
What do you think of the way he's pitched so far? I mean, 4 starts in, take away a couple innings, it's been really good.
Yeah, he's looked really good. The stuff jumps out off the page. He throws a lot of strikes. And he just pitches with a confidence that you don't always see for a young starting pitcher with not too many starts in the big league. So it's good to see because he's a guy we're going to count on going forward a lot.
Been surprised by Rosario and the way he's come through with so many big hits for you guys already?
No, not surprised, but it's been fun to watch. The guy's been a really good hitter in this league for quite a long time now. So we're really lucky to get him on the deal that we did and to have him in this clubhouse and on this team.
What did Kyle tell you when he came out when Drury was announced?
Anytime there's a pinch hitter, especially late, they like to go back over the scouting report and then just kind of talk between me and Renee and just how we want to attack him. And we just came up with a plan and was able to execute for the most part.
You seemed pretty emotional after that last out. What was that about?
I didn't feel too emotional. I guess it just kind of came out that way. Just a big win for us. You know, anytime you play the same team 7 times in 10 days, it gets a little tough. You get, you know, weird things start to happen. You see the same players over and over again. So, and just after, you know, a disappointing loss last night, quick turnaround with the day game, just a good win for us to take into the road trip this weekend.
I love the mentality of Colin Poche. Just knows and very confident in all his guys down there. And if the big guys are down, somebody's going to step up. And you know what? That is the mentality you need in a bullpen. We've talked about some struggles coming into today. And, you know, it's no secret. If you look at the lines, they haven't been as good as we've seen in the past. But that's not going to shake their confidence. They know how good they are deep down, and they're just going to continue to go out there, take the ball, and get the job done. And that's what Colin Poche, Clevenger, Maton, especially Pepiot, that's what they all did today.
All right, we'll take a break here on Rays Live, the post-game show. When we come back, we'll turn the page and get you ready for some AL East rivalry baseball. The Rays getting on a plane and heading up to the Boogie Down to take on the Yankees. We'll be back after this.
At Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, we brew a beer for every taste. Which one you choose is up to you.
Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America.
Jimmy John's is using legit ingredients.
For a sandwich? Premium meat. Wait, what's so funny?
High quality ingredients.
That's a problem!
Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches.
Get ready for the...
Bet you didn't see that. But if you were an Atlas and could detect things in 0.02 seconds, you would have. The Atlas with Front Assist.
Get 1.9% APR financing or a $3,000 customer bonus on a new 2024 Atlas or Atlas Cross Sport during the Volkswagen 75th anniversary event.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Before choosing a firm for your injury case, there are things you need to know that I can't say on TV. For example, why do some firms recover more than others? There's a reason. And why there are many firms I'd never have represent my own family. I know the truth. That's why I've launched a dedicated site to share the truth about selecting your lawyer. Visit morgantruth.com to hear the secrets for yourself. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
It took 138 iterations to refine the TIG-1 chassis, but it also took 22 birthdays and 16 neglected haircuts. The meticulously refined TIG-1. Get 0% APR financing or a $2,000 customer bonus on a new 2024 TIG-1 during the Volkswagen 75th anniversary sales event.
Rays baseball is on Bally Sports.
That baby's gone! Home run for Brandon Lau!
Rays baseball only on Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app.
Rays Live, the postgame show on Bally Sports is presented by Advent Health, official champion of the human spirit. Learn more at adventhealth.com. And by your insurance attorney. Before you call your insurance company, call your insurance attorney. Rays wrap up a short homestand. They beat the Angels by a final score of 2-1, and that sets the stage for Rays v. Yankees.
Oh, baby, cannot wait to watch this one go down. Of course, they're going up to New York. Weather is, I don't think it should play a factor. It's iffy. Okay, it's New York weather early in the season, but I'll tell you what, this is going to be so much fun because the Yankees are playing well. They're off to a good start. And, boy, you know what? The Rays, they're out there. They're doing their thing. You got good pitching matchups coming around. We don't know who's throwing yet for the Rays tomorrow, but you got Zach Eflin and Savali, top of the rotation, coming game 2 and 3, and you got the same going for New York. Nestor Cortez, opening day starter for them, and then Gill after him, and then you got Clark Schmidt right there at the top. Should be a good one. And Richie, I want to know the over-under on how many times you're going to use the term boogie down in the next 2 to 3 days.
So we're not counting the fact that I already used it once.
No, that's counted. I think it's around 9 to 10.
We will be in the Bally Sports studios for Friday night, game 1 of a 3-game set. Rays and Yankees will be on at 6 p.m. We hope you'll join us for the pregame show in advance of that Yankees series. The Rays win it this time and build some momentum, getting on the plane and heading up to New York. 2-1 the final score against the Angels. For everybody here at Valley Sports, including my broadcast partner, Doug Wechter, a.k.a. Rally's dad.
Rally.
I'm Rich Hollenberg saying so long. We'll see you Friday for more Rays baseball.